Today, I'm welcoming James and Vicky to our architect's studio, where they'll experience both competing designs in virtual reality. This is the couple who struggle to agree what to have for dinner, let alone how to redesign their entire house. James, Vicky, welcome to our architect's studio. How are we feeling today?
Pretty good. Excited.
Cool. You two famously can't agree on anything.
No.
So, who likes what?
I like industrial, rough and ready.
I like light and airy, as much light as possible, lots of glass.
And so, there's no way they can join up?
We haven't found a way.
OK.
It must be possible.
There's a lie. There's a lie, and we just haven't found that line.
OK. Number one priority for you?
Large open spaces.
Large open spaces.
I just want a big kitchen.
Kitchen is your happy place.
Absolutely.
You into the kitchen?
No, I don't cook. I'll eat it, but I'm not making it myself.
This is going to be wonderful.
Excellent.
Catering manager James and civil servant Vicky live in Faversham, Kent, with 7-year-old daughter Lottie and 5-year-old son Freddie. They bought their 1970s 4-bedroom detached property 5 years ago.
When we were looking for a new house to move into with the kids, I really wanted a nice period property.
But every single one of them, we was compromising how we would live in exchange for a pretty bit around the top of the ceiling or a nice bit of cornicing or a nice fireplace. And then we saw this one and it was big and open. It wasn't really until we moved in that you then find out the kind of compromises with this house that we weren't aware of.
The front door and lobby dogleg into a large space they use as a hallway, all on the south side of the house. The kitchen opens off that hallway. Beyond the hall and past the staircase is a combined dining room and living room, which face north. The dining area links to a single-storey extension, making the combined living space a huge L shape. There's also a garage at the side of the house. What looked ideal to James and Vicky on first sight has turned out to be anything but. There are some clear problems with the house. The first is the kitchen, which is way too small for James's culinary ambitions.
James's attitude to food, it's not just a hobby, it's a complete obsession. The house is full of hundreds of cookbooks.
James's books and even a massive fridge freezer have invaded the hallway, making for a pretty bizarre entrance to the house.
I love my cookbooks, and there's so many more I'd love to buy.
We don't have any room for more unless we get an extension to the house.
Can we have an extension to the house, please?
The second big issue is the ground floor layout. The staircase dominates the middle of the house, which means the kitchen and living rooms are totally divided.
The problems we've got with this house at the moment, it means that we live quite separately. If James is in the kitchen, then I'll play with the kids, but we don't really spend time, all 4 of us, doing something.
I feel the separation of me in the kitchen and the kids being elsewhere, it just makes me feel guilty. It's lovely having that space on my own, but I know that, the kids deserve better than that.
The third issue with the house is the living room.
It's just dark and dreary. To me, it's quite enclosed.
Although it's a good-sized space, it doesn't feel it because the tacked-on extension blocks all of the light. James and Vicky know the problems that need tackling. They've even remortgaged to fund the work. They just can't agree on what to do.
My priority is about the space around the cooking, around my cookbooks.
What I want is a space where we can all sit together and all get on doing different things. I would paint absolutely everything white and simple.
I want rich colours, I want reclaimed wood, metal.
The fact that we disagree on everything has just halted us. It just meant we haven't got anywhere. Instead of progressing, we just spend the entire time arguing about what we should be doing.
Wow. So the typical opposites attract couple. OK, so how are we going to fix this?
I think we need some expert help.
Yeah.
We've tried to do it ourselves and got absolutely nowhere.
So the 2 designs, you'll be standing in virtual reality, able to experience it, feel it, like it would actually be in your own home.
It sounds brilliant because I really struggle seeing plans on a paper. I just can't visualise what it's going to look like.
What's your budget?
100,000.
100,000, so a lot of money.
Yeah, I want us to get the right design before we go on ahead and spend lots of money.
We could have waited years for the right design.
We have
You
waited
already
years. We've tried to come to agreements and we've spent 5 years of absolute stalemate.
I think we need a psychiatrist's couch.
Yeah,
Not an
actually.
architect.
Brown leather, maybe some brass fittings. Sounds good to me.
Fortunately, we have two rival architects, each gearing up to create an amazing design solution. The only thing is, they might need mediation skills too for this job. Robert Jameson is an experimental architect based in Northern Ireland. He spent time living on the Indian subcontinent, learning how indigenous cultures live, miles away from our European influences.
I go to a property, I need to understand that building. The location, the orientation, how the sun path moves across the building, because they all require very unique responses.
Having received initial details of James and Vicky's project, he's already thinking through the possibilities.
This house, I understand, is 1970s. It's been designed in a certain way that did not consider the orientation of the sun. So that's the biggest challenge, to transform an existing building to get light in.
While Robert's all about the big picture, Laura Clark's middle name is Jane, but it should really be practical. Not content with training as an architect, she learned the trades hands-on working on building sites.
You get a real sense of how hard building work is and getting a real sense of respect for builders. And, you know, it's a collaborative thing. I think, you know, you work with builders, you work with your clients. It's not just, you know, I know best because I can draw straight lines.
Laura's practicality is not just hands-on. At the heart of her designs is the desire to create better homes by focusing on how clients will actually use them in everyday life.
In my experience, it's amazing how badly laid out houses can really strain relationships. Here we've got James and Vicky, and I hear they're totally in opposition with what they want. So it's my job as an architect to bring that together through architecture to make their lives better. I love that puzzle, and I'm totally up for this challenge.
Laura and Robert have come to Faversham to get to grips with the site and begin to understand the brief. The house certainly has features appealing to most: bags of space, a huge garden and a driveway.
God, there's lots of light. So warm as well.
But the flaws are immediately obvious to Laura.
So the stair cuts through all of the living spaces on the ground floor, so it doesn't create really nice living areas. So I think the key is to change this access and maybe look for kind of entrance that goes straight through rather than this kind of higgledy-piggledy route.
Robert's concerns about the orientation of the house are proving to be spot on.
What's interesting is that the front of the house is the south face of the house, okay? This side of the house gets the light all day, yet it falls on what is the entrance lobby, a toilet and a thoroughfare, and they're not destination spaces. We're not enjoying that light.
The house has been squeezed in between two older houses. Robert has identified no windows at all on the west side and only small ones on the east side where the kitchen is.
There's a problem with the kitchen. It's this area that needs to be focused upon. What's also interesting is the orientation and the glass blocks. So there is light coming in here, albeit borrowed light from the glazed front door. You know, it's comfortable to kind of be in, but not to work in.
At the back of the house where the extension is, the space suffers from a poor layout.
You've got no view, really, because if you're kind of sitting here, all you can see is wall and the garage and the fence. It just seems bizarre, really. This wall is just enormous.
A big chunk of what was the rear wall has been left for structural support and is now blocking all the light.
See, there is no direct light coming in here. You will never have direct light. And the north edge of the house is always the coldest and darkest. Today it's a bright day, but typically it would be cold and dark. And this is classic because what happens really is whenever we create a room that is an adjunct to the existing property, the space that we extend from becomes a thoroughfare too.
Laura and Robert clearly have their work cut out for them. But the toughest challenge has to be designing a solution both James and Vicky like. To do it, our architects have the opportunity to dig deeper into the family's dynamics.
So what is it that you guys really, really want and really need?
Bright, light, lots of storage stuff for things to be put away so it's not all cluttery everywhere.
If you took that and switched it completely around, I like dark and rich and tactile. I just want a nice big block of wood that's where I cook.
So Vicky, what do you want?
Very good question. I love my music, but all my stuff is relegated upstairs. We don't even have my record player out because all the space is taken up by the kids' stuff and James's stuff.
At some point, there has to be a compromise. But at what point do you start to accept each other's ideas?
I don't think we've got the skill to be able to do it in a sensible way.
If the kitchen's the right shape and the right size and the right space, paint it pink. But a white, off-the-shelf kitchen with lots of units bore me to tears.
So it seems to me that the house is completely divided, your taste completely divided, everything is divided apart from the fact it doesn't work.
Yeah, spot on.
He lives for cooking. She just wants a clean, wonderful space with no kitchen, if possible. And trying to find the kind of common ground to please them both when they're so diametrically opposed, it's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Building stock becomes outdated, you know, for how culturally we kind of evolve and how we want to live. These guys are appropriating these rooms and trying to work their lives into these spaces, and it doesn't work because the kitchen is too small. The kitchen was always the heart of the home, and to kind of bring that back in this property, I think that is the key. But how we do that in this property, I have no idea.
Once Laura and Robert have each come up with their new design for James and Vicky's house, they'll reveal the plans to the couple. Not on paper, but in virtual reality.
It all starts with these goggles. Wearing them transports people to a virtual world where they can experience our incredible graphics for real. Using these, we can show and do anything. We can take away walls, change colour schemes, even control the sun. Then, using a bit of telemagic and this green screen, we can transport people into the designs.
Where we can all see our architect's ideas in extraordinary detail. Since visiting the house, Robert and Laura have spent weeks on their schemes, each addressing issues throughout the home, working to the £100,000 budget. They're now ready to reveal their vision for the key family spaces. But can these ideas possibly unite such a divided pair?
James and Vicky want completely different things. So what do? Do you kind of try to give them both a bit, or do you side with one over the other? How does that work?
I don't think I've ever met two people more diametrically opposed than you two. And as the chats went on, it was just got more and more foggy and unclear. I had no idea.
So we don't have a design from Laura today. So Robert, for you, is it a similar quandary where you just think, oh I'm a bit stumped?
It just becomes more issues to tackle because it's not about giving one person what they want, it's about giving both what they need. So how do you create that space that is light and dark and kitchen, no kitchen? It's just a challenge, and you just have to work through the process of trying to unearth the solution.
I mean, we're joking about how opposed you are, but is there a chance that the fact that you're unhappy with the configuration of the house and living in it, that's actually kind of drawn you further apart?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really kind of a good point, because different times of the year, when the garden opens up and Vicky goes off into the garden and then I'm at the other end of the house in the kitchen, we don't get a lot of time together. So yeah, it's really important that we get that right.
So it's not necessarily about you winning by getting your big kitchen. It's actually you want the same things.
It'd be nice to have a house that we can both live in.
Yeah, happily.
Together.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's easy. I could probably do this one. Robert, do you want to go?
Let's do it.
While James and Vicky experience Robert's design for the first time, Laura will be watching in with me to find out what her arrival has come up with.
Is it kind of scary putting a plan in front of two people who want very different things?
It is, and I think James is obviously the driving factor in the house. And for me, it was about bringing Vicky back into the house, you know, because you've got to have your own space. You know, maybe not like a closed-off room, but you've got to have something that you feel ownership of.
Well, your stamp, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Happy?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is Robert's virtual pitch for James and Vicky's project.
Shall we have a look?
Yeah, brilliant.
Cool.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Wow.
That's our house.
Looks amazing.
The room we're in would have been designed initially as a dining space of the kitchen, but it's like a dumping ground for furniture.
It's just evolved into a room where everything that doesn't fit anywhere else all gets put in here.
I think you've got a good size house, so let's have a look at that size. Let's take all these walls away. Let's have a look.
Okay, that's weird. Wow,
Oh my goodness.
what space. That's brilliant. Love it.
Big
It's
white
huge.
box. Let's leave it like this.
But look at the space you have. Very generous ground floor.
Endless walls and barriers have been blocking the flow of light, especially from the south. But for Robert, the biggest problem here is the lack of light from the west.
James and Vicky, we have windows to 3 sides. Let's put a window in the 4th side and then look at how the light passes around your property.
Wow.
And that understanding of the path of the sun around your house is key.
To me, I wouldn't have seen the point in putting a window right next to another building, but actually it makes a massive difference.
I mean, you can see the light that comes in
Yeah.
there across the floor.
Yeah.
Being able to show a client this, is that a good thing, or is it kind of creating expectations that are sometimes difficult to deliver on?
It's invaluable. I spend my life kind of doing little kind of rubbish hand sketches going, you know, kind of this, you know, and just getting that in, you know, split second. You've got the whole day, how the light travels through the house. I mean, it's...
And it is, that's what people chase. You walk in, you're like, oh, that feeling that you get from a light or a room flooded in light.
The time has come for Robert to reveal his design.
James, Vicky, are you ready?
Yep.
Think so?
Let's have a look. This is the transformation that I propose.
Oh, wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely love that.
Robert has transformed a home full of awkward spaces into a stunning open-plan one. He'll be exploring his design with James and Vicky from the new kitchen island looking towards the garden at the rear. A kitchen and dining area now sits in the heart of the house in a huge open-plan space. The old front door is now a big window, allowing fabulous south light to flood into the kitchen and dining areas. The convoluted lobby and hallway of old are gone, and the staircase has been flipped. The new front door is now on the side of the house.
So, James, I recall in our chat at your house, all you wanted was this long island, 3 meters by 1.5 meters. You said you'd be happy. And I thought, well, let James have that, and there you go. This is a kitchen.
I'll probably take up a little bit more space when I can find it, when Vicky's not looking. We wouldn't have been talking if there wasn't an island, so yeah, love the island. It's perfect, and yeah, love it.
How's Vicky feeling?
She's like, OK, this is the kitchen. Where's me? Where's me? And I would be as well.
Yeah.
Also, it's got the stools, friends and family can sit around and watch you do your thing and watch you cook these amazing meals.
So I'm imagining kind of homework everywhere, and
They can chat while he's cooking.
they can chat while he's cooking.
Oh, sorry, you were not saying that as a positive thing, were you?
No.
As in there'd be crap everywhere.
I think there'd be crap everywhere.
Oh.
And Vicky, you asked for white.
Yep.
And here you are. This is a white room.
It is brilliant, lovely and bright.
Also, you can see if you look down that we are one step up from the floor. We are elevated.
I absolutely love it when there's split levels in houses. I think it's amazing.
Removing the old walls has allowed Robert to create different zones for different functions. The previously awkward route around the house has become a circular flow around the central staircase. But the key to Robert's scheme is that new window on the west wall. To create the void, space has been taken from a storage area on the first floor. West light now floods the kitchen from midday to sunset.
Okay, so here we are. You've got your huge dining table, but when you look towards the back here, this wall will reveal a space that can be described as a utility room, an entrance hall. There's also a toilet there. There's also access through into a room beyond.
Stunning.
The door within the utility area also gives access to the new front door.
So the front door appears as if by magic.
I like that.
You can see this here, full-length storage wall, and that continues through to the utility. So this is like for all your storage, for all your needs. Right beside the table, so you can pull things out on the table. It's all there. Storage, very important.
Absolutely.
Robert has also remodeled the extension at the north of the house, with Vicky very much in mind.
Okay, so here we are in what I like to call the withdrawing room. This is the dark space, a very comforting space. You've got your fireplace, you've got your records, you've got all your wall of books.
Yeah, love it.
And then you get the light.
Brilliant. And so from here you get a real sense of that window and the shapes around it.
And that's such an important device. It gets that light in from the west throughout the afternoon and evening.
Brilliant.
I love just the idea of being able to cook and do all the entertaining and then just down here, kick your shoes off and just somewhere to, yeah, love it.
It's a place to withdraw to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My absolute favourite thing is the curvy window. It really reminds me of the curves on the Gaudi buildings in Barcelona.
That organic form,
Yeah.
very soft, and that light, it's just the shadow, is a very soft
Brilliant.
shadow.
Yeah.
Gaudi reference, Vicky, get in.
Oh,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Right, I'm going to see what they really thought. Well, you both got what you wanted. A big white box with a giant kitchen in it.
Brilliant.
It had stuff that we talked about and stuff I didn't even mention. So split level, I love split level. I didn't even bother mentioning it because I thought it's not possible.
You got your giant kitchen.
Love it.
Yeah.
Storage allows it to be clean and it
Yeah.
allows the worktops to be clear.
Endless space for your books,
Yeah.
Love that.
for all of the utensils,
For my records.
for your records. There's a whole little area. That must feel nice, right? Because it's kind of sense that you have been slightly
yeah,
edged out.
Seems amazing. Having them there, can listen to them whenever I want to.
This sounds like it might just work. Can you happily see yourselves both living in this house?
I can, definitely.
Who couldn't? It's amazing. Who could not see themselves in that space?
This is the first time you've agreed on anything.
Yeah. Ever.
Win for Roberts.
Robert's design not only works well for James and Vicky, it's packed full of inspirational ideas for our homes too. The most successful houses are designed with orientation in mind. When they're not, they can feel a bit back to front. If your least useful rooms are taking up the best spots in your home at the expense of the main living spaces, Robert's solution to reorientate the layout by moving the front door could be the quick fix you're after.
So moving a front door, is that expensive? Is it just literally plaster over where it already was, move it around the side, and you're done?
Absolutely. In fact, you know, you could actually choose an existing window and say, well, actually, we'll put the front door there, we'll swap those two. Because you still have the structure overhead. You just have to kind of remove the wall below the window and then place your door. You could do it for £500 and you could change it again if you wanted to. Totally transforms your home.
According to Robert, open plan living doesn't have to mean one vast open space. You could use half walls, furniture, or simply different textures to define a more private area flowing off the main space. These cosy rooms are also great for displaying and storing objects that you don't want cluttering the main open plan areas. Like James and Vicky, many of us would love to bring more daylight into our homes, but don't know where to start. One great way is to channel light from above, so I've asked Robert to explain how.
Now, talk to me about the window. You actually cut a little hole. Is there a fancy name? I want there to be a fancy name.
A light well, a light scoop.
Well, that'll do.
Because essentially it's not a roof light because it's on the wall, but it bridges ground and first floor, so it's about the view up.
How much does it take out of the upstairs, Robert?
It actually takes out about a metre high and about 1.5 metres
So
into
like
the
you've
room.
bitten into the upstairs.
But the thing about it is, it gives you so much more to get that light coming in from the west. You spend all day away from your home, you come home, you want that late afternoon light, that's west light.
Oh, because everyone talks about south light as the thing.
They do. West light's the most important light.
Why?
It's this fabulous light. The sunset has a red light, it's a warmer light. In the morning, it's a cool blue light, so it's very different.
On average, Brits splash out between 10 to 25 grand on a kitchen. A 1.7 metre high light well, like James and Vicky's, could cost around £3,000. If you aren't able to let more daylight into your home, why not try tailoring your decor to brighten up the interior instead?
Vicky, I think like a lot of people, was hell-bent on a white kitchen. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, white is just the starting point. There's lots you can do with white. Diffused light, reflected colour, diffused colour, all within a white space.
So it's the canvas, really?
It's the canvas. White can be used as a background, okay, that other colours can be reflected onto.
Okay.
So, for example, in this light scoop, if we were to give that a colour, then the light coming in would then reflect that colour onto the white.
Kind of like a gel on a disco light.
Kind of like a gel on a disco light, right?
If you don't have a light well, painting a window reveal or a windowsill with a pop of colour can achieve this same stunning effect.
You want to make the light well a thing, don't you?
I mean, I think it's something really worth considering. That idea of high-level light, particularly when there's a wall that has no light, open it up, get the light in.
Scoop that light.
Yeah, scoop the light.
Next up, Laura's design. To win the commission, she's got to go one better than Robert. The challenge is the same. Unite James and Vicky. Both designs will feature changes throughout the home, but our focus is the main event, a showstopper kitchen plus a space for the family to come together. Rival architect Robert and I are all set to see how Laura's vision compares.
OK, so should we have a look inside your house?
Yeah, brilliant.
Before Laura reveals her design, she wants to talk them through the key issues she's identified.
So this is your living room, and the garden is behind this massive, big wall.
Yeah.
So I suppose what would be kind of interesting, if we squared this room off, what effect that would give us in terms of the light and in terms of the space that we'd get.
That is vast.
But it's pretty dark.
They extend back, there's still darkness.
Yeah.
But people think automatically, oh, we just extend out, we need more space, but what value is that space? What are you doing with that space, you know? So these are all kind of questions that need to be asked before you just extend out.
So, but you're able to illustrate that's not going to fix.
Well, that's the beauty of this technology. You can actually get inside the space and, you know, have a look at these changes.
We're north facing, so the light is very, very flat. How can we change that? What would be the best thing to do?
Get more light in it.
Definitely. So let's open the ceiling up and see how that affects this space.
Okay.
Wow. Well, let's just leave it like this.
Yeah, that is great for about 3 days a year when it's not raining, but it's amazing.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, you'd have glass on it, James. We're not just going to open you to the elements.
This side of the house is north facing. Northlight doesn't typically give homes direct sun. It gives a flat, clear light, which is great for kitchen areas. Opening up the ceiling shows how capturing Northlight from above is really powerful.
So the principles that I'm working with is light, a sense of arrival, and making it work as a family home, but giving you the space and the flexibility that you need. Do you want to see it?
Yes, please.
OK, let's go. Ooh, utilising the garage space there.
Oh, the garage. Extending.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Love it. Genuinely.
Really?
Love it. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely amazing.
Completely transformed it.
Laura has transformed the gloomy, cavernous rooms at the back into a vast open-plan space flooded with overhead light. Her plan extends into the garage, converting it into a playroom. The old lounge room becomes an open-plan kitchen and living area, with bifold doors into the garden. A clever staircase adjustment gives a direct connection to the front door, plus access to a pantry behind it. The original hall has made way for a snug.
So look, turn around, you can see the front door.
Oh, goodness.
Wow, you can see straight through. So is that all hallway?
This is all hallway.
I love a good hallway.
Love a good haul, said no one ever. Love a good haul, I do.
Just love the fact you can see from front to back, and just that light travelling down there, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. And the kitchen island is big.
The kitchen island's brilliant, but look at the little seating area. That looks fantastic.
And I remember you saying, I really love music, and I've got all these vinyls in the attic.
Don't have my record player out, nothing is out.
So this little reading nook, kids' books can be in there, your books can be there, and
Brilliant.
all your records on show.
Like a little alcove that is not just about James.
Totally, it's about family space coming together, but having these little kind of spaces of separation.
So this is great, because although it's really, really close to the kitchen, it's just tucked away enough so you can communicate, all be in the same space, but doing completely different things. Brilliant.
Is that an outdoor kitchen?
It is.
Amazing.
You really love this idea of butcher's block, of concrete. So, and I think those materials go really well together. So you've got this big, long worktop that extends out into the garden as well.
So instead of like an infinity pour, I've got an infinity kitchen. It just goes
Absolutely.
on. Love it.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Oh, do you like it?
I do, yes.
I wanted your stamp of approval. That was the kind of the driving goal. I'm making that all work round this kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm so pleased you like it.
Laura has given Vicky space for her vinyl, and James has got his ginormous kitchen. But by extending into the garage, Laura's ensuring the kids also get their share of the new combined family space.
So this is a playroom space. What I wanted to do was use this garage space and link it together, extending it a little bit just to make that work really nicely.
She's done a good
She
job.
extended. That's too easy.
Is it extending cheating?
It's not cheating, but what I like about this as well, which is...
No, go back. You said it's easy.
It's not... OK, let me kind of...
Backpedal.
I'll take it back. Well done, Laura.
And but it also means that the living room and the kitchen can work on its own independently to this room. We've got lovely windows overlooking the garden and the front of the house with really deep reveals. So that makes these kind of window seats. You can sit there and do homework, you can just sit and look at the garden.
And this space could just be so versatile for whatever we wanted to use it for at a particular time. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well done.
So Laura has spoilt him rotten.
Well, that's true.
OK. Let's see what Vicky thinks. OK, second design. It feels like you got a little bit spoiled by Laura.
I knew I was her favourite as well. I knew I was her
Seriously?
favourite.
How did you feel in Laura's house?
I felt like I wanted to get cooking. I felt like I wanted to just get on with it.
So does it feel like you have Clear decision, or is it still?
No, not at all. I think we might disagree.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
I'm going to delve deeper into Laura's design, show you how you can pull off some of her ideas in your own home. What better place to start than your entrance hall? We don't always give them the TLC they deserve. Instead of becoming a dumping ground, these should be stylish and welcoming spaces that set the tone for what lies beyond.
Moving the hallway seems like quite an ambitious thing to do.
The entrance hasn't changed. By changing just the bottom of the stairs, you get a entrance that's centred to the house, and then the spaces come off it. So it's a perfect hallway. It's really nice when you walk in the front door that you can see right through the length of the house and through to the garden. So you get that kind of cross light, you can get a sense of the space.
Another really dramatic way to unlock space in a hallway could be with a spiral staircase. Or give a sense of space by using open treads or a glass balustrade.
You know, you walk in through the door and you go, ah. And
Okay.
that's worth it.
So sets the tone.
Yeah.
Ta-da, you've arrived.
A popular home improvement is to create an open plan living space, a social core of the home. If open plan appeals to you, why not take inspiration from Laura's thinking behind zoning, which also helps create order and prevent clutter.
So, open plan. Beautiful, big, wide open space. The kitchen is kind of the money shot, if you like. But this idea of having little spaces in the middle of the kitchen.
So it's zoning, essentially. Often with big open plan spaces, you can shut them down with doors or, you know, sliding partitions. But another really nice way to do it is just give emphasis to one space.
This could be done with a simple change in decor or furniture to give a distinctive function.
So what would you need to actually create shelving like this that fits the space specifically?
You can do it really inexpensively, you know, flat pack, stick them up, stick it around a corner, perfect. Or you can also go the total other end of the spectrum and get everything custom made. But it doesn't need to be huge amounts of work, probably, you know, a day or two with a carpenter, just using something like MDF or plywood. It can be totally unique and personal to you.
So if you have a decent carpenter, hold on to his number.
Oh my goodness, marry him. Or her.
Or her. So we've got zoning, but the floor presumably has to be uniform throughout.
I think for me, I like to have one floor throughout. I like that unity, especially when you've got this great big hall that you come into, you can see through to the garden, and the floor runs towards the garden. It just feels like a natural thing to do.
Elongate the space, presumably?
Yeah, like stripes, you know.
Like, yeah, vertical stripes make it longer and horizontal stripes. OK.
Laying wooden floors front to back will lead your eye through the space to create an illusion of depth. If you've got a narrow space that feels enclosed, try running the board sideways to add width. Laura has gone for a solid oak flooring in her design. But a similar look can be achieved for less with oak effect laminate flooring. Or oak effect tiles.
When I work plans out, I really live in them. And I kind of like the idea of how that brings the family together. And I think they really need it because at the moment they're just completely pushed apart.
So they all have their own little zone, but they're all like eavesdropping on each other and part of each other's thing, which is lovely because it feels not suffocating or claustrophobic, but actually there's a togetherness in all of that.
Yeah.
Both the schemes have now been presented. Robert's is a dramatic remodelling of the existing house, while Laura's is a light-filled extension. Both offer great solutions, but for James and Vicky, it's about making the choice that's right for them and where to spend their 100 grand.
What do you reckon?
I absolutely loved Robert's design. It wasn't what I thought I wanted, but looking at it, it is what I want. What about you?
Laura's design had some amazing things. I don't know.
It looks amazing. They both look amazing. Do they function how we want them to function?
5 months later, James and Vicky have amazingly agreed on a design, and their build is well underway. Come on, guys, put us out of our misery. Which one is it?
I really love both of the designs. I mean, it isn't until you step away a little bit and think, but what about this, what about that, that you actually start to think how you would live in it, which is when we started to come together a little bit in our thoughts. Robert's was so different from anything I'd seen before. How the light would move throughout the day was absolutely amazing.
Really loved the fact that the kitchen was south-facing, so the sun would really pour into that space in the dining area. It was absolutely amazing to have that at the front.
Laura's design just had that family feel that little bit more, and I loved the way you could see right through the house, right through to the garden, different rooms on different sides, and just a brilliant sense of all the way through the house.
Absolutely. There was just the practicality of it, but they both had great kitchens, and it was only once I'd got past that I found the bit that really swayed me.
Yeah, we get it, but which one did you choose?
What the deciding factor was how the downstairs was going to operate in terms of the whole family.
So after a couple of long nights talking about it, we've chosen to go with Laura's design. What she's given us is a brilliantly practical space. It's really important that I can be cooking and one of the kids could be sitting playing Lego and the other one can be doing some homework and Vicky could be sat on the sofa with her friend, and whilst we're all in the same room, you're not on top of each other. It feels like it's going to just work really nicely.
Remarkably, the couple aren't only united over Laura's design, they've also agreed on some changes to tailor it exactly to their needs.
We took the wood-burning stove out because my records were going to be on top of the wood-burning stove, which isn't that great for a bit of vinyl.
James and Vicky have also done away with the concertina doors between the playroom and the main living space.
Losing the door to the playroom, that went once we decided it wasn't going to be a playroom. They're getting to that age now where they're much more likely to play at the table than they are to be sat on the floor playing with toys.
It's 6 months since work began to turn James and Vicky's gloomy and divided 1970s house into a practical family home. The transformation's complete, and I want to find out whether it's changed this family of four's life for the better. So you dreamt up this fabulous scheme, handed it over, and they've kind of taken a bit of licence and tweaked it and changed it. You don't actually know what we're going to walk into today.
No, I don't. I mean, hopefully they've kept the kind of the spirit of the design, because I think it was all about, for me, it was all about the hallway and creating these views through and light and zoning, and giving Vicky her own space and giving James this incredible kitchen that the whole family can, work around. They can all have their own space.
For the past 5 years, the family's put up with a layout that's been keeping them apart. An awkward and impractical entrance hall with the stairway separating the living spaces from the kitchen. A kitchen too cramped for everyone to be in at the same time. And a north-facing living room that was frankly uninviting.
I'm really nervous. I don't know how you feel, because it's your, brain in there.
It's such a massive thing to do, to redesign somebody's house. So, yeah, if they're smiling, then I'll smile.
I think we're almost there.
Heart's racing a little bit.
I'm sweating.
I am dying to find out how James and Vicky have put their stamp on Laura's original design, and what Laura makes of their new look home.
I kind of want to peep in the letterbox. Would that be weird?
Hello.
Hi. Wow, you look amazing. Hello. How are you? Oh, great to see you. New house, new look.
That's it. Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Wow, have you stopped cooking?
Stopped eating.
You look good. Well done. I mean, the house also looks pretty sweet.
Before, it looked like the most ordinary house on the street. Now, the white PVC windows are gone.
Lovely windows. You've obviously changed quite a lot.
Obviously, we've got new door, new windows, and it's just like that grey colour, just so much more modern. It just made the house so much nicer.
I remember what it was like when we first came here, and it was a bit bleak.
Is it better?
It's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Go on, let's have a look.
Lead the way. It's wide, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really, it's got great space and really feels open.
The cluttered hallway and the fridge are gone. Now an extra wide, bright and airy space welcomes you. Classically positioned in the centre of the house.
I would have thought a hall is kind of just away from A to B, but actually it really sets the tone for the whole place.
Because I suppose it seems like a bit of an extravagance to have a huge hall, but if it's doing lots of different things, it's your main circulation route, you've got all your storage, utility, and it's the first place that you walk through. You know, you need space to take your coat off, to greet, to have a hug, to have a, you know, a little chat. So I think the hall is kind of underrated.
Enough about the hallway. I want the full guided tour.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm so happy with it.
Laura's plan was to turn this cramped, dark home into a light-filled, open-plan living space with a supersized kitchen. Her virtual design has finally become a reality.
Hello. It's beautiful. That is one whopper kitchen island. It's massive.
That awkward L-shaped dark living room with the tacked-on extension has made way for a huge open-plan kitchen and living space, now bathed in light from above.
It's everything that you could possibly ask for. I couldn't be happier.
Because here before was just that big blank wall that made this living room dark and gloomy, and then had like a tiny glimpse of the garden. But it looks massive.
Just having that kind of that outside space being part of our living area now is, it's perfect. It brings it in.
I love the floor, and also it's running vertically into the garden.
We wanted it to go all the way through the house. We went for real oak flooring in the end. We got quite a good deal on it, didn't we?
It was a bargain.
James and Vicky have embraced Laura's design, but they've also tweaked it, making it their own. From swapping whitewashed walls for teal and grey to sliding doors instead of bifolds.
The doors are fab. I love the really wide panes. They look fantastic.
We went for the sliders rather than the bifolds just because of the amount of light lost from the frames all the way along.
The skylights define the edges of the room, creating bright pools of light in what could have been very ordinary corners.
In the VR, we kind of experienced what it might feel like with this big skylight and the light, but it was a pretty good day in VR land. But even on a flat day, the light just standing here.
Oh, it's grey and miserable outside, and look, you know what I mean? It's so lovely. It just brings the place to life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really nice flat light, but then you can accentuate it with artificial lighting. And I actually really like the way you've just put the spotlight on the perimeter. It makes such a difference. It's those little details that take it from something that's not like mega bucks, but it just doesn't look like a really conventional boxy extension.
Yeah.
Alongside the kitchen, in place of their garage, is a stylish new seating area. Window reveals, cleverly made using oak kitchen worktop, are a lovely place to sit, but also a focal point, drawing your eye out into the garden.
Now, would this be considered zoning?
All about zoning. In the design, this was going to be a play space that could have been cut off with internal bifolding doors.
Okay.
But it's weird, it feels a bit narrower than it would have done.
Yeah, so we brought this wall in just less than a metre, and what that's given us is a rear access. It just means you don't have to come through the house, and there's nothing worse than getting mud through the house.
Laura's design was based on extending into the existing garage. James and Vicky chose to rebuild it from scratch, altering its shape to allow side access to the garden. They did embrace Laura's idea for using shelving to create a cosy and practical space for cookbooks and some vinyl. Constructed using more oak worktop, the cost for materials here was under £400.
I've measured the books, worked out what shelving we need, and stood here with a carpenter on a Saturday, and we made it together. The bit at the bottom holding all the weight is 40 mil, and that's more expensive than the shelves above, which are 27 mil, and then the top shelf is only plinth. So that top shelf is £50.
James and Vicky have used the same solid oak throughout their home, using offcuts wherever possible to keep costs down. It's created a really bespoke look, especially in the kitchen, which, as we all know, is James's domain.
It's really all about the island here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, how big is it?
It's 3 metres. It's all solid oak. I mean, this piece here, we're talking less than £300. And yeah, it's amazing.
For this whole thing?
Yeah.
This is quite an epic table.
I love it.
Where did you buy it?
I didn't. We made it.
Expensive?
Not at all. The legs, £300. £300 for the top. And the chairs, 10 quid each from a hotel, where they're changing their chairs and they had loads of them. So yeah,
Great.
under 700 quid.
And guess what? James's resourceful design ideas don't stop there.
Talk to me quickly about these tiles, because they're not kind of traditional subway tiles. Are these expensive or...?
No, not expensive at all. We just laid them in the kind of basket weave pattern. It just gives it a bit more interest.
Yeah. So like bog standard bathroom, kitchen tile?
The whole lot, maybe £60.
Oh, wow, OK.
As you can see, James and Vicky have used their creativity to keep material costs down where they can, but not at the expense of a high-end finish, fitting plenty of mod cons.
So now, is this what we would call a larder or a pantry?
I'm going for larder.
Larder, OK. Are they the same thing?
I think one might be a bit more American.
Ah, I get it. So this is where you would come to hide in the event of a war?
I think I'd do a couple of months.
Yeah.
Turning the stairs unlocks space behind, making room for a pantry. Now, I don't know about you, but what I want to know is whether this kitchen has actually delivered on bringing the family together.
The kitchen is clearly your happy place, but it's not really all about you, is it?
I want to make people happy. I want to cook for the family. I want to cook for our friends.
That giant 3-metre butcher block is actually, yes, for cooking, but so you can all be together as a family in one place.
Oh, absolutely. It's so the kids can come home from school and sit up on the stool with their homework, and yeah, it's so we're together, literally around the centre of the kitchen. It's for us. You know, I haven't been spending 18 hours a day here for me. I've spent it here for us.
The supersized kitchen has clearly helped James to fall in love with his home again and reconnect with his family. But Vicky isn't short of a transformation either. Taking charge of the snug at the front, the lady that loved muted tones and white on every wall has created her own multicoloured oasis.
By most people's standards, these are quite strong, brave colour combinations. Pink lampshades. These guys, mustard, deep navy walls. Brave!
I've always painted absolutely everything, either white or eggshell, duck eggshell, blue. So this time I just thought, we're doing this. Why not be a little bit braver and go full
So you
pelt?
pushed yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, really happy with how it turned out.
You seem different. You seem more relaxed. You seem visibly happier. What does it mean to you as a family?
It just means that instead of doing our own things, we're doing things together. It completely changes the mindset. What happens when you step through that front door, instead of all going off in different places, we're all together and talking about things.
Transforming this home has been truly life-changing for the family. They're clearly happy with the result, but what does Laura think now that she's had a chance to cast her expert eye over the new layout?
It's been absolutely fantastic to come back today. So reassuring to me that my design essentially is here. You know, the way the house now flows and unlocking all that space to give huge, wonderful, open, big living areas that can be zoned off, and all the tweaks and the kind of, you know, changes to make it their own shows to me that the design, the architecture of the scheme works.
When I first met James and Vicky, they couldn't agree over paint colours, never mind how to solve the big issues with their home. But experiencing Robert and Laura's two very different design solutions in virtual reality has led them to overcome their differences and end up with their perfect home.
6 months ago, when you were hemmed in, could you have imagined sitting here?
I'm going to say yes. And I'm sure Vicky's going to say no.
No.
You mentioned at the very beginning, Vicky, that you really struggled with imagining what things will end up like. Does this measure up?
Yeah, I think seeing the VR with Laura talking us through it as we're looking around it just makes all the difference from seeing something in a plan.
And it's so wonderful to have that you know, to enable you to visualise yourself, your family, and how you're going to use the space. And it's just such a fantastic tool.
Absolutely. Everything is based around that design, and all we've done is just tweak it to how I want to use the space and how I can see Vicky and the kids using the space.
I want to broach the dirty talk. Money. So you came in with 100k.
Yeah.
How have we fared out?
We've gone over budget. We're on about 125k.
We were on budget for the actual build itself. When you then start doing other things in the house, change all the windows, you've done stuff upstairs, that's where the budget creep starts.
Was it money well spent?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the longer we live in it, the more benefits we're going to get out of it. I mean, at the moment, we're just discovering what a difference it makes. So I think as time goes by, it's just going to get better.
Have you got a little taste for it now?
I could definitely, yeah, I could see myself doing another one.
Would you use an architect again?
Oh, without a doubt. I can style and I can shop, but I couldn't create the space.
You know something will work or something won't work. Whereas I think if we're doing it, it's complete guesswork and it might just go hideously wrong.
Can we have some of that cheese now?
Yeah.
Arriving at the design studio today are accountants Mimi and Luke. They're investing their hopes in our two rival architects to resolve their differences and to design their perfect home.
Welcome to our architect studio. I feel like we could have left the swatches at home. You're the least likely accountant I have ever met.
I know, we get that quite a lot.
OK, so your home at present feels just a bit unworkable. That fair to say?
It just doesn't feel like home, does it? Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Mimi and Luke share their Victorian terrace in Grantham, Lincolnshire with their 2-year-old daughter and Mimi's 10-year-old son. With Luke's 2 older children often there too, it's a full house. They bought the place 5 years ago after falling in love with the massive garden, but it hasn't quite lived up to their dreams.
This house is lovely, but it's just not making our lives happy. It's not letting us live the way we want to live.
It's a typical extended Victorian terrace, long and narrow. The sitting room's at the front and in the middle is a staircase and hallway. The family don't use the original front door, which opens into it. Next comes the dining room, followed by the entrance they do use, which opens into a lobby cum storage area. Beyond that is a teeny kitchen, and tacked on the end is a utility room only accessible from the outside. With the key living areas all broken up by dead space, this layout creates some serious barriers to harmonious family living. The first problem is that poky little kitchen.
Trying to empty the dishwasher, it instantly fills the whole of the kitchen. So when you've got a small person wanting a drink or wanting to help or something like that, you add the stool in here as well, and then that's literally the whole of the kitchen filled. 10 minutes. I find myself getting quite stressed and annoyed with the kids for wanting to help. And I shouldn't feel like that. I should be like, oh yeah, come and help me chop the carrots. Whereas the last thing I want at the moment is for the kids to come and help me, even though all they want to do is just spend some time with me.
Secondly, with the cooking and dining areas separated by the entrance lobby, sociable meal times are practically impossible.
If we have friends round for dinner, you miss a lot of the conversation because they're obviously sat around the table while you're sort of in the kitchen between courses.
Finally, remember that big garden? Yeah, the reason they bought the house? Well, the reality is it's miles away, and if they're in the kitchen, they've got no view of it.
The garden's all the way down there. They can't see us and we can't see them.
The current layout means Mimi and Luke are far more separate from the kids than they want to be.
It just makes me sad because I didn't have children to not want to see them.
It's especially hard for Luke, with 2 of his only there for limited periods.
This one, no.
It doesn't make you feel great about yourself, not being able to be a part of their lives as much as you'd want to be.
The problems are painfully clear to Mimi and Luke, but for 3 years, they've struggled to agree on the best solution.
We have got the space, it's just making it work better, just opening it up.
I've always envisaged an extension on the back. I honestly haven't got a clue how you would change the current plan into something that would work for us. I can't see how it can happen.
There's a lot of bodies in your house, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got like 4 children, and then that's sort of bare minimum of the people in the house, because then obviously you have like grandparents come over or they bring friends over.
So ideally you would want a space that will allow you to all hang out together?
Yeah.
OK, so what does that look like in your head?
You're of the opinion that, oh, well, we could just have it like open plan and knock down the walls. Whereas I'm like, right, let's just start building an extension. If we run out of money, we'll run out of money, it'll be fine.
OK. What is the budget we're working with?
30,000.
30,000, OK. So you'll be able to see exactly what your home would look like.
Which is going to be crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little tricky.
But good for you.
Yeah, I'm really, really bad at visualising.
So this will help you, hopefully, make the leap.
Ultimately, Mimi and Luke will have to decide between the designs of 2 radically different architects before one is built for real. Laura Jane Clark specialises in residential architecture and is passionate about making homes compatible with daily life. She not only brings her design know-how to projects, but hands-on experience of the trades from grafting on building sites.
It's such a puzzle because you're working with families and they have their own needs, and you're working with a house which is obviously very rigid, but you're trying to find that heart of the home, the thing that makes it tick.
For this job, she has the advantage of being on slightly familiar territory.
I really relate to Mimi and Luke. I've got a daughter of the same age, and I know what it's like when a house kind of pulls the family apart.
Robert Jameson is an award-winning architect based in Northern Ireland. He's traded in conventional commercial practice for an experimental, holistic approach.
Architects often offer 3, 4, 5 options to a client. I don't understand that. I would even say that's lazy, because it takes time and energy to find out one solution, solving all those problems.
For Mimi and Luke, Robert is determined to maintain his appetite for avoiding the obvious.
People generally think that the answer is to extend any more space they push out into the garden. But in my experience, it's not the solution. And I bet there's a really interesting way of looking at this one.
Laura and Robert have each come to Grantham to hunt for insights that will give them the edge. They both want to come up with the winning design that will unite this family. Laura's beginning in the pokey kitchen. She's immediately spotted that, like so many of us, Mimi and Luke have inherited dodgy design decisions from the previous owners.
In extending, they've obviously only opened up this tiny hole here. This maybe have been the original window, so it's the easiest way to do it. So by saving money, it dictates the layout of this room and it dictates the layout of the extension. So there's no kind of playing around with it. There's no thought, oh, well, what if we opened the whole thing up and we used more of the space?
Scrimping in the past is at the root of the problems Luke and Mimi are experiencing today. Laura and Robert need to make sure history doesn't repeat itself. Robert's already clocked the massive problem with that gorgeous garden.
So here we move from what is the backyard into the garden, and yet we're closed off from the house, blocked off by what is that utility space. I'm just wondering, is there a way of kind of connecting the garden further back to the house, or pulling the house to the garden?
In the dining room, Laura can see that the Victorian bones of the house are good. It's the way the rooms are arranged that's stopping the family coming together.
So this room essentially does so many different things. It's a dining room, it's a library, it's a playroom. It's also a corridor through to the tiny kitchen. So the practical parts of the house that you spend a lot of time are fractured.
Separating the dining area and the kitchen is the lobby.
This is an arrival space. Shoes neatly stacked, we've got coats. You know, it's a very useful space. It's storage, but it's very useful.
Having seen how the family live in the house and identified the key issues with it, Laura's sussing out Luke and Mimi's taste in the one room they've done up, the sitting room.
This room is so lovely and warm. It's a real reflection of their personality. I can see the house that they want kind of extrapolated from this style.
Mimi and Luke have a good, solid Victorian house, but previous attempts to update it have resulted in an awkward and antisocial layout.
So in many ways, this property actually works really well, but not for this family.
I love your front room. Was it kind of a combined design idea, or was it?
It was all Mimi.
I love to have just the right thing.
I don't care what it looks like as long as it's got a function.
So I can kind of see already that there's a bit of a distance in your approach to design and style.
What are your expectations, I guess?
I want you to wave your wand and give us that 70k extension. That's this massive building at the end. Yeah, that's going to like add value onto the house.
To be realistic, when you start to extend then the cost of foundations and services and things like that, you know, it starts to eat away at the budget, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to kind of understand the existing before there's any kind of, you know, move to extend.
By creating this really long linear plan, this fairly big house with this really vibrant young family in, are kind of falling apart at the seams. I think the solution has to be quite simple because we've got a fairly limited budget, but it's trying to find something that's simple but also brings all these issues together to create a family home.
For me, that is the brief. It's a space to bring the family together. It's reconfiguring the interior of their property, but we also need to reconfigure their expectations, and that's going to be hard.
Once Laura and Robert have reimagined Mimi and Luke's house, they'll bring their designs vividly to life using virtual reality.
It all starts with these goggles. Wearing them transports people to a virtual world where they can experience our incredible graphics for real. Using these, we can show and do anything. We can take away walls, change colour schemes, even control the sun. Then, using a bit of telemagic and this green screen, we can transport people into the designs.
Since visiting Grantham, Laura and Robert have been striving to complete their designs and win Mimi and Luke's approval. So can they offer up a family-friendly kitchen and sociable living space with a link to the garden, all working to their 30 grand budget? Something previous architects have failed to do.
I don't know where to start with this one.
We wanted an architect that would be able to point us in the right direction.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting about your house at the minute is that the rooms actually work quite well. It's just in the wrong place, perhaps.
Yeah.
Luke is hoping for a big fat extension. What are the chances?
I mean, what's interesting is that they had ideas for a big fat extension. Mm-hmm. For us, it's about kind of thinking about these problems in a different way.
Okay. It's very tense in here, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen you so quiet, Luke.
Quite nervous.
We can't talk. Right, Laura, you're up first.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Let's go.
While the couple experience Laura's design, Robert will also be seeing her master plan for the first time.
They're so nervous.
They're actually a really sincere couple, you know, it means so much to them.
Okay, so you're ready to put the goggles on?
Yes-ish.
Come on, confidence. Okay?
First, Laura wants Mimi and Luke to understand the key issues with their home and its potential.
Wow, That's really weird.
OK, so here we are in your house, in your entrance
Wow, it's the
hall.
tidiest it's ever been.
It's really bizarre.
Pretty disorientating, isn't it?
Very. Look how naff those lights are.
Look how naff those lights are.
This room, this is your kind of makeshift entrance hall. The problem with the house is it's very long and thin. It's a really typical way of extending a terrace house. But obviously you've got this incredible garden beyond that, and there's no window, there's no visual link, no doors to that whatsoever. The kids just want to be with you. So if you're in the kitchen, then they're going to be in with you, you know, rather than being out in the garden. This house is driving a wedge, actually, through the harmony that you obviously have. You're not getting a massive extension. But that doesn't necessarily mean any compromise. It's about reusing the space that we've got.
The couple have been fixated on the problematic jumbled rooms at the back, but surprisingly, Laura's redesign starts at the heart of the original Victorian house, where the staircase is.
So we're still in your hallway, but we're looking towards the dining room. Because actually there's an awful lot of wasted space. You've got this entrance hall that you don't actually use. So what would happen if we took these walls away, and even the stair away? Let's open this room up and see what we've got.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm too scared to look.
Oh, she's opening the entire house up.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, it's huge. That's
Wow.
actually massive.
This is insane. Where'd the staircase go?
So they do have quite a bit of floor space, but it's just all cut up into kind of ineffective rooms.
By getting rid of the staircase, hall and wall at the centre of the building, Laura's created a vast new space. But the removal of the staircase means big changes at the rear of the house.
So we're looking back down into the kitchen. You asked where your stairs have gone, but what about where your fridge is at the moment?
What?
We can actually put the stair in without disturbing upstairs.
The new staircase saves space, but with minimal knock-on effects on the rest of the house. It's a clever and bold move.
It's just a lot to take in. It's completely different to what we could have thought of.
So do you want to see how the whole plan works, how the whole design comes together?
I'm kind of nervous.
I'm too nervous to look.
Let's see it.
Here it is!
Oh my God.
Wow. Whoa.
That's amazing.
Wow.
You can see all the way out into the garden.
I'm speechless. It's such a nice space.
So by moving the stair, well, basically swapping the plan around. So the stairs here, and then this dining room becomes your kitchen diner. It's about linking the spaces together and giving you family time and space to be a family. Kids can be playing outside, you can still see them when you're cooking. You've got this flow of space.
I can already see like the girls playing.
He's already living in it.
Doesn't sound good for you.
I know.
There's loads of storage.
This is good.
Just for you.
Perfect.
It's so functional.
Moving the stairs is one of the least obvious changes to make to a house. But by doing so, Laura's freed up room for contemporary, connected living spaces and plenty of storage. All without the extension that Luke thought was vital.
I mean, it's great how she brought this kind of blackboard back, so this isn't just a corridor, it's an active space. And I think that's really clever, and that's just the width that allows that to happen.
This is just awesome. It is so me. I get all the design and the style, and you get the storage.
Perfect.
Having created flowing spaces inside the house, Laura's determined that the extensive garden should become an integral part of the scheme, no longer blocked from view.
What I really wanted to do was open this corner up to the garden so the playroom extends into this garden space. So why don't we have a look at that?
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Kids be outside and get a bit of independence. They can still see you, but they can play on their own, or you can all play together.
Feels like the garden's part of the house now, rather than it being like separate areas. It's just stunning. It's just incredible. Like, now we've seen it all, just everything fits together so well. It's just amazing.
I'm so glad you're pleased.
It's more than we could ever have imagined.
Wow, it's amazing.
That's absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm trying not to cry on you.
I'm so glad.
The kitchen is... Oh, I can't do it, I'm sorry.
Is that good or bad? I don't know. I think that's good.
Oh, hugs. There's hugs happening.
They love this, you know?
Yeah.
Mine's different.
OK. Why am I not surprised? Laura just came out dancing and did a little shimmy. She doesn't shimmy much.
It was amazing. Just like, oh my God, I'm buzzing.
How can you just think that out? I mean, it still feels like a massive extension.
She's just thought of every little thing. You just don't realise how much space is there.
Yeah, because it feels completely workable, but obviously aesthetics.
Yes.
Delightful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Laura has come up with a bold, bespoke solution to Mimi and Luke's problems. But dig a little deeper and you'll find design details that are affordable and can work in any home. Like Mimi, many of us are drawn to strong colours but don't really know where to start. The kitchen can be a great place to experiment without breaking the bank.
I think a lot of people are afraid to go with a statement colour, a bold, bright colour, because they think, I'm going to tire of that really easily. I'm going to stick with magnolia or white.
You know, if you're going to do it, then just go for it. I mean, a tin of paint isn't expensive in the grand scheme of things, and it can completely change the feeling of a room. A high street, flat pack kitchen, really inexpensive, simple, plain doors, and then you just spray them any colour you want.
So spray them with what?
Car paint is generally the best thing to use because it's really durable. So you can take them to panel sprayers. So I've worked with several that are trying to get into the kitchen side of things because it's such a fantastic market.
You can go all out with a big splash of matching units or mix white with occasional pops of colour. Replacing handles on cupboards and drawers is another quick fix that can add some character to your kitchen. Or for a slick, minimal look, follow Laura's lead and leave them off entirely.
I really like hidden doors, so I call them cha-ching hinges.
Oh yeah, because you like...
Yeah, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Push latches.
Push latches.
Yeah, I think that was the official term.
Loads of us want to live the open-plan dream, but traditional fitted kitchen cupboards can dominate the space. Pegs, hooks and open shelves are alternatives that help blend functionality with a homely feel.
Exposed shelving. Why would you not just do cupboards?
You've got to have an element of aesthetic. It's got to look gorgeous. And high-level cupboards very rarely look gorgeous. They're kind of right at your eye line and they kind of make the space feel a little bit more enclosed.
So because you can see the wall and the shelves sitting on it rather than just a closed, heavy cupboard, it gives that sense of space and continuity.
Yeah, you can feel the whole size of the room.
But you have to be kind of a neat freak.
It's so impractical, but it looks awesome.
You would need actual matching pot collection. So you know that pan that everyone has that's completely burned from scrambled eggs done wrong? Where do you put that one?
Well, that can go in the bottom cupboard.
Getting rid of clutter is right up there in the top 10 things to do to make your home better. But luckily, there are plenty of clever ways to streamline your storage. A whole wall of cupboards can be a statement in itself, or storage can be hidden in dead spaces like below built-in seating.
That space under the stairs is usually a junk pit, isn't it?
I often work with small spaces, and I like this idea that everything kind of sits back and no kind of millimetre of space is wasted. So you want to use that void under the stairs to its maximum potential. Those little tables and chairs, they're so inexpensive, you know, off the high street. But because they're totally square, you could fit them into the silhouette of a door. So you cut the door to fit them in, and then maybe make some storage boxes that fit in. I like the idea that you can have kids, they've got all their furniture and toys, but they can also be put away, and the house is, you know, your own adult space.
And is that a difficult thing to actually do?
It's exactly the same as any flush cupboard doors. When they're all closed, they look just like a wall of panels.
Also, the kids will love it. There's like a playfulness to it, and it's a thing in the family room that they own.
Yeah, and they get to put their tables and chairs out, you know. It's having that kind of, that sense of ownership and autonomy, you know, it's so important.
Also a good way to trick them into tidying.
Yeah.
Clever. Mimi and Luke seem absolutely gobsmacked that they can do what you suggest for 30k.
It is a tight budget and it's a lot to do, a lot to fit in. But I'm not extending, I'm just remodelling the existing layout.
So with a smaller budget, is it important to stick absolutely rigidly to the plan?
If you haven't really thought everything through, then making changes once the build is going ahead is really tricky. Any changes need to be made really before you start building, because the knock-on effects of changing something has, you know, can have huge cost implications. I really like my design on this one because I think it'll connect the garden to the living space. It just kind of works and flows really nicely.
I concur.
Next up, Robert's design. To win the job, he needs to outshine Laura. Working to the same 30 grand budget, he's also aiming to transform Mimi and Luke's fractured living space into a family-friendly home. But he has a reputation for left-field solutions. What will they make of his interpretation of the brief?
Nervous?
Yeah.
Very.
I don't know whether it's better to go first or second.
I mean, you come out of there skipping, you're like, in the bag. And then there's the slight, oh, there's another one, isn't there?
Where's our house again?
Okay, so here we are in your house, as it is. Really what we have here is a series of spaces that kind of work independently, but together is really quite kind of disjointed. Let's then reorganize these rooms slightly. Typically what we would do is just push back into your utility space, extending your kitchen. So let's take a look at that.
While Luke's always dreamt of an expensive, expansive extension, Mimi wanted to find a way of opening up the existing rooms at the back of the house. Robert wants to demonstrate one cheap and cheerful possible approach.
Wow, okay.
That's a lot of kitchen.
Really doesn't solve your problem, does it? It doesn't really connect what is the heart of the home to the dining space, which is the social part of the home. So let's kind of play with this further. So let's look at a few variations of this plan.
Whoa. Whoa.
If you look back, you have your kitchen where your dining space was.
The kitchen's kind of almost too big.
And then you've got the dining table here in this Very tight.
Yeah,
room.
it's a bit cramped. There's not a lot of space around it.
It's such a great tool to visualise everything.
Yeah.
So you can make the mistakes here without actually building it and then having to undo stuff.
So let's explore this further. Let's try a further configuration of this space. We could have our dining space in that very depressing room at the end.
Like the whole house has turned into a corridor instead of just having the corridors like on a side.
Look, that is absolutely the point.
If extending won't give Mimi and Luke the family living space of their dreams, what will?
Okay, so let's go back to our start position.
Whoa.
We don't have a huge budget to extend, but we need to be clever. And let me show you how. You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
I think so, quite nervous.
Okay, go.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh! That's amazing. There's so much light.
And all the space. So much space on the table and the...
Loves a wraparound
Bench
chair.
seating,
Yeah,
banquette.
A banquette.
It's crazy that this could be like our house.
It's just so different. There's a wood burner.
For me, it was just about kind of reconfiguring these walls where you can have all this seating area and where the family can be together.
Unlike Laura, Robert's left the staircase where it is. To gain extra space, as well as knocking through to the utility area, he's slightly widened the footprint at the rear, using a clever timber frame design that shouldn't require new foundations. The result is a combined kitchen and dining room with plenty of additional space for all the family to be together. Bench seating creates masses of storage space underneath. Windows at the back provide a view to the garden, which is accessed through a door at the side.
I love all the different angles on the walls. It's so funky.
And all that storage as well. Even at like kids level, they might even put the toys away.
All of this space can be used as a play space while you're cooking, or it could be, you know, when the kids are in bed on a summer's evening, you can sit back there and kind of enjoy that garden.
Robert's design creates a single space for family life, but it's also geared to entertaining in style.
You know, you talked about how you kind of don't have family or friends over, there's no space for them. Well, how many people do you think you could fit around this age?
Probably the England rugby team.
Shall we have a look?
Wow.
Whoa! What?
That is a lot of people. We'll have to get some more mates.
Slightly concerned about all these men in my house.
Robert's concept does away with Mimi and Luke's antisocial kitchen and disconnected dining room. They've been replaced with a new space that has socialising built into the very fabric of the design.
I can't believe you've managed to make our house look this good without an extension. It just looks so much bigger.
I'm like, so prefer mine. But this is,
So
no, this is beautiful. It's very kind of refined.
It's
I
really
don't know how
immense.
you come up with these ideas. It's just insane.
Thank you, it's amazing.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure, my pleasure.
I'm a hugger too.
Yeah. Me too.
It's pretty nerve-wracking for you guys.
Of course, you're changing people's lives.
This is the part I was nervous about. I don't know how I was supposed to choose.
I know. They're both just completely stunning, but in their own ways.
Yeah,
They're so different.
and
They're very different.
Indecision. Absolute nightmare.
Good nightmare. Well done. We know you've got a busy house, but really, was it necessary to create a bench that would fit the English rugby team on it?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll have the English rugby team come round.
OK. When you arrived and we chatted through what you wanted, it all came back to having a space that could accommodate boys, the girls, you two. Does it feel like you've got that?
Defo, yeah.
Yeah.
Both of them.
This means a massive amount to you guys, doesn't it?
Yeah. These two absolutely amazing designs. We just have to choose.
If you've been inspired by Robert's design for Mimi and Luke, then maybe some of his radical ideas could work for your home. 1 in 5 of us crave extra space. But as Robert's idea shows, a bog-standard extension isn't the only way to get it.
Robert, how is that scheme possible?
Okay, so there's no extension per se. We're not kind of digging foundations, but this is really about remaking the edge of the existing. How that works is that essentially the timber is cantilevered off the existing floor and would act then as a beam, okay? And it would allow you to project out further to a certain dimension. Of course, after, it's all been checked by a structural engineer, but in principle, that can work.
Before embarking on a scheme like this, you'd have to check the existing foundations are suitable. And as with any construction or alteration project, you will need building regulations approval. But even if building work is completely off the menu, you can create the illusion of more space by making the most of what you've got.
Bench seating is a thing that you like it a lot.
It's efficient. On this project in particular, you can see how many people can enjoy that or how the spaces can be used differently. The bench seat is kind of something that's really important, and the dimensions are crucial.
You'd need quite a carpentry crew to do that all the way along.
Yes, but now there's great technology that allows you just to kind of take that drawing and send it to a company and have that all coming back to you as a jigsaw of components, and you can install it. That is the future of architecture. It is technology, and it is all being delivered prefabricated on site.
And then put together
Yeah, click, click, click. Screw fix
by
them
you,
out.
like.
Well, I mean, it would always take someone to oversee a project
Yeah,
like that.
okay,
So
fine.
a main contractor you come, but it means less of a workforce on site.
Modern prefab construction has endless possibilities. Even staircases can be delivered in kit form.
Now, that family space is a kitchen, really, isn't it?
It's a kitchen.
Yeah.
It's a kitchen, it's a dining room.
For Mimi and Luke, Robert's gone for a modern style with industrial touches. If you love this, why not set the tone from the ground up, as he has with a concrete screed floor.
Red floor in the kitchen. It's quite a bold choice, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's a kitchen. It's a dining area. It's straight in and out of the garden, so it's a space that gets dirty.
It's hard working.
It's hard working, so it needs to allow that, to happen. Okay. In terms of the colour, red, I mean, that's a standard kind of industrial oxidized colour. Oxidized red is called. It's a colour that's kind of...
It's like blood red, isn't it? Like...
Yeah, it's what you see steel beams when they come to site, they're that red.
Ah, yes.
It's that colour of red. Okay. But there's other colours you can get for concrete floors, or you can leave it grey, or you can kind of add different finishes to it. But, I mean, for me, the concrete floor would always win in a kitchen, dining, that hard-working area.
So if I'm sitting at home, I have 30 grand, I want to do a job like this, where do I start?
It's about finding the right people to advise you, but being careful whose advice you take. That's crucial. Okay. Because friends and family can just start, having these conversations with you and you're just being thrown all over the place, whereas really you want to just speak to yourself.
Hold solid.
And the right person. Hold solid and dream a bit, Imagine how you want to live in it and then just make it happen.
Both architects have now made their case. Laura's created extra space by moving the staircase, while Robert's plan hinges on widening the rear of the house. Both proposals give Mimi and Luke the open plan area they want for family life and socialising. But which will they choose to invest their 30 grand in and actually build?
There's just so much to consider, isn't there?
I guess we'll have to do like a little bit of an accountant's list, won't we?
Good points and bad points.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I really don't know. Because they both had so many awesome features. Toss a coin?
Yeah, I think we might have to.
6 months on, Mimi, Luke and the kids are living out of suitcases at Luke's mum's because their place is a building site. But they're not complaining.
Because every day when we've come back to the house, there's always something different. That's been really exciting.
I'm really excited for it all to be finished because I feel like the house is going to be everything that we wanted.
After 3 years of no progress, Mimi and Luke have finally agreed on a way forward to make their home work for the whole family. But whose vision have they united over?
We spent so much time trying to make a decision. There's £30,000 that we're going to put into it. We have to try and make sure we made the right decision, didn't we?
Having stepped inside two very distinctive designs, Mimi and Luke found lots to love about both.
I really liked the social aspect of Robert's, the bench seating literally down the whole house.
I think as well it was that kind of like, let's put a wonky wall in. Like, who has a wonky wall? And it was that kind of individuality that we really appealed to us. Laura's was a lot more practical and worked with day-to-day living with the kids. Lovely in the summer when you've got all the light.
Yeah, it's all about the summer, right, and the garden.
Well, summer will be here. Hurry up. Who are you choosing?
Yeah, we decided we'd go with Laura's design in the end. Oh, we love it.
Gonna really benefit the family.
Very excited.
Can't wait for it to be done.
With 2 accountants in the house, it's no surprise they're keeping careful tabs on the costs. But have they stuck to the plan?
The budget's
The budget was 30, wasn't it? And now we're looking at spending probably about at least 35.
So the fact that we've put in like the underfloor heating, that obviously wasn't planned for.
We're redoing the bathroom as well.
The bathroom's getting redone and that was an additional cost.
To pay for those added extras, Mimi and Luke have made a bold decision to amend Laura's design.
The stairs are still here. They weren't supposed to be. They were supposed to have moved. But when it came down to it, the actual costs of, not the staircase, that wasn't too bad, but all the things involved in moving the stairs, so replacing floors and taking out floors and putting in stud walls and everything else, just added far too much onto the budget. So we made an executive decision to leave the stairs where they were.
Compared to Laura's original concept, Mimi and Luke will end up with a slightly smaller kitchen dining area. But in rethinking the layout, they've been able to put their own stamp on the design.
The stairs should have been kind of here. So we're going to have a more open space to create more of a playroom area.
I don't think it's really changed all that much, really. We've still kept pretty much the same design. We've lost some cupboards.
We're starting to see how it's going to make a difference. Oh, I can't wait to show the kids.
The work on Mimi and Luke's Victorian terrace is finished.
So Mimi and Luke.
Aw, Mimi and Luke.
You were happy to get this one, were you?
I was really pleased. I knew it was a tough decision for them. They wanted that space, whereas I had not extended, and I'd swapped things around, totally rejigging the interiors.
30k. With a smaller budget, you do have to be more creative.
For me, it was giving them a really good structure, a really good price. So moving the stair for me totally opened up the space, and it would allow them in the future to extend, and the space just gets better.
But they didn't go with that.
They didn't move the stair, and
is that annoying? Because you're talking about it like that was the key, that was the moment, and they've gone, we love it, but actually.
It's not annoying, it's their house, it's their money, it's their budget, and I totally respect their their judgment and their opinion. I think it's the age-old thing. It's easy to draw buildings, it's easy-ish to design, but actually to build is really hard. And it's such a mammoth journey for all different reasons. So getting from this like, oh, amazing, to living it and building it, it's huge.
The ground floor of Mimi and Luke's Victorian terrace was so antisocial. It kept the family apart and made entertaining a nightmare. Poorly planned additions and alterations at the rear had divided up the living space and blocked the view of the garden.
Luke has been really gutted about the inability to have his whole family in that one place. The weight of that was like he had somehow failed his family because they couldn't be together.
I mean, they're such a sweet couple, but so emotional and so driven by family life, and hopefully this design will have transformed their life.
Hello! You all right?
Good! You look like a band! Amazing! Was the colour coordination intentional or just
No, we only have black and red. That's it.
I am so excited to have a little nosy around.
We're really excited to show you.
She's excited. Bit nervous.
There's no need to be nervous. It's
No
amazing.
nerves. Okay, she's confident. You got the kettle on?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, girl. Any biscuits?
Yes.
I'm a bit peckish, actually.
Laura came up with a design to unite the fractured living space and bring the family together. But what have Mimi and Luke created in reality?
Oh my, it's so bright.
It makes such a difference opening it all up.
Yeah. It's actually very hard to believe that there's no extension at all. It feels so much bigger.
I know.
It's so open.
Wow.
There was so much lost space just with the walls and the way the circulation was. And even that window that looked over the garden, there was a great big bar across your eye line.
So you couldn't see anything.
No, and that was literally the only thing that viewed onto the garden anyway. Yeah. So, and even the garden seems bigger.
The tacked-on utility extension is gone. And in place of the minuscule kitchen, entrance lobby and dining room is a big, versatile family space.
Feels different, doesn't it?
Yeah. And even though it's only been like this for a little while, we've spent so much time in here, and the kids love it, and they're running up and down, which they'd never have done before. We'd all just been in different rooms, but it was just lovely that we were all doing different things, but we were in the same space. We just walk in and go, wow, this is amazing, like every day.
The layout of the kitchen dining room mirrors Laura's design, but the bold and punky style choices are all down to Mimi.
The kitchen, I mean, it's quite the moment, isn't it? Did it break the budget?
No, not at all. I think in total, the whole kitchen was about £3,000.
Okay.
We kind of went for quite basic units, but then it's the finishes that make it. So we got slightly different handles to what people would normally have, and the nicer tiles, and I think those things just make it look.
They make a big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what, the handles, did you actually do that?
Yeah, well, you had to like basically drill a big hole in each of the cabinets. So that was my task every time I got home from work, and drilled lots of holes, 28 of them.
28?
Yeah. At that point, I started regretting the fact that I'd gone for mostly drawers.
Cool. I really like the fact it makes it really sleek and contemporary.
Mimi had a vision and she stuck to it. And it's impressive how hands-on she and Luke have managed to be.
Has it been full on?
Yeah, it's been really hard work.
You have to do everything in an evening because we both work full time. 9 to 5 jobs, you've got kids, you can't really do anything until they're all in bed. And then you can't do the noisy stuff, so you have to either take a day off, come home at lunchtime. I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Has it been worth it?
Yes.
I absolutely love it.
You were, though, really upset about, I guess, how limited or how restricted you felt in the previous design.
I spent most of my time moaning at the kids and, come on, get out of the way, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Whereas now, you've got so much space, it doesn't matter what they're doing.
So you never moan at them anymore?
Well, I haven't moaned at them since this has been done, no.
That's so cute.
I want them to remember me as like someone that's quite fun and enjoys like messing around and all that kind of stuff.
And it feels...
And cooking at the same time.
And does it feel like this place has kind of allowed you to be that person that you want?
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like the breakfast bar is calling to be sat on. Well, you know, around.
These are gorgeous.
The green chairs.
Really nice.
They're really striking.
They're amazing. The kind of contrast with the dark kitchen and then the quite bright. Yeah, it's good.
I don't know, we always want something a bit different, maybe a bit quirky. And...
I've never guessed that with you guys.
It's so lovely sitting here and looking out in those windows. It's not a bog standard choice, is it, to go with a floor to ceiling window? It really opens the place up.
Well, it does make it feel a bit wider. So the idea here is that you already had little windows and a door. So the lintels are all in, so all you need to do is...
What's a lintel, sorry?
So that's the steel or concrete over the top that's holding the rest of the house.
I see, OK.
So that's already in. So all you need to do is drop the sill of the window, take those bricks out, put a new window in, boom, done. Easy.
And it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely in the morning because the sun comes from the back, so it streams in. Like, even sometimes we've been like, oh, it's a bit bright.
Oh, really?
And that's in the winter, so in the summer it's going to be absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful. Also, the grey around is like quite modern and fabulous. Were they pricey?
No, they cost just under 1,500 for the 3 windows.
OK.
I thought it was really good.
Keeping on top of spending is all in a day's work for accountants Mimi and Luke. Even so, they decided to splash out on new flooring and underfloor heating at an added expense of £5,000.
Because the only options with the heating was to have like big panel radiators, and there's not huge amounts of wall space, and we didn't want to take it up with radiators, so we decided to go for underfloor heating. But I think it really helps bring the house together.
Yeah. The floor looks great. Yeah. And is it just engineered timber?
No, it's actually just a laminate.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it? It looks really good.
While Mimi and Luke decided against moving the stairs from the middle of the house to the back, they followed Laura's lead in creating a connection with the outside.
It's kind of impossible to be in here and not want to go straight outside.
I know, it's so nice to be able to see it, and that was one of the really important things for us of doing this whole project, was to be able to see out into the garden. So it was quite dark in here before.
It was really dark in here before.
Yeah, there was hardly any natural light. The windows were quite small, so...
Yeah.
The old kitchen ceiling has been raised by 1/3 of a metre to accommodate the new bifold doors and let in more light.
And so what's it like now, opening these double doors, having people around and showing them the space?
I feel proud to have people come round, and the doors are amazing. I mean, I've had them open even in the cold, just because I'm like, yeah, let's open the doors, the sun's out, it might be freezing, but you know.
Shall we open the doors?
Let's do it.
So when you and Luke bought this house, it was this really, wasn't it?
It's just a garden, yeah. We don't want our kids to be inside watching TV all the time. I want them to be out there, and they love being out there. They'll be out there in all weathers, and we want them to have that and feel comfortable knowing that we can see them and they're secure. Because when they were out before, they'd like have to run sort of like all the way around the house to come in and tell us things. Now, you can just shout down to me if I'm in the kitchen.
And you did it all.
Well, not quite all.
I mean, Laura was involved.
Yeah, give the builders a little bit of credit and...
Okay. The decision-making, the driving it on, it's quite a full-on job too.
If it was left to Luke. But he was my backup, but yeah, everything here has been my decision, pretty much.
Mimi's unique touch runs through every bit of this design, but I wonder who picked the punchy carpet.
I have to say, I am into the leopard print carpet.
It's awesome, isn't it?
It's cool. Was it your choice?
Yeah, it was definitely Mimi's, but I love it, it's awesome. Because Mimi's got like a vision of how she wanted everything to be done.
Do you appreciate, like, the vision?
I think it looks absolutely amazing. So what Mimi has managed to, like, sculpt out of everything, that all the ideas and that Laura's given us with architecture and that, it's awesome. I couldn't ask for anything more. I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah. Happy?
Yeah, very happy, yeah. It's awesome.
Well, I can see why, in fairness, but what does Laura think?
It's just fantastic. Mimi is so talented and her attention to detail is brilliant. It's so nice seeing it in the flesh, and it's really moving to hear Luke and Mimi speak in such high praise of the design, and knowing that it still works for them, and it's that they're so happy with it. It makes me really, really proud, and it's a kind of validation of what I do and what I love to do.
For years, Mimi and Luke were in deadlock over how to make their disconnected home family-friendly. And at last, they have their dream home.
We love the house. Let's talk cash. 30 grand was what you set out. That was the budget you hoped to, come in at.
Yeah.
How do we do?
We included a lot of extra works. So I think in total we've spent about 40,000.
Okay.
But I think probably 5,000 of that was additional things that we've added on.
Just because it's easier to do at the same time.
Okay, so like flooring?
Flooring in the front room.
Bathroom upstairs.
Okay. Changed windows upstairs to match the ones downstairs.
Underfloor heating?
Underfloor heating,
okay.
Yeah. Pointing. Just little things. It's like, well, why you've got the scaffold up? It's going to look silly if you don't do it.
Happy with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
We kind of thought that we were going to go over because 30 grand wasn't really all that, especially when you break everything up. So I think we've done really well.
With a modest, relatively modest budget, the difference in this house is remarkable, actually.
Yeah, and it shows that you don't need huge amounts of money and huge extensions to make a huge difference to your home.
This feels like it matches you guys. It's 100% your home.
Yeah, it's so nice because now you can, even if you have a really bad day at work, you can come home and it's just so nice and calm, and it's really enjoyable to actually be here and spend time with like the family. You smashed it, Muse.
You did smash it. You smashed it too, Clark. Everyone's smashing.
Arriving at our architect studio today is married couple Helen and Rob. They're struggling to see eye to eye on their house, and it's not just because of that height difference. Soon they'll experience two competing designs in virtual reality and choose one of them as the plan for their perfect home.
Rob and Helen, Helen and Rob. How are you?
Great, thank you.
You're smiling. Where's the conflict?
So, I suppose I wanted something completely different to what you've wanted, really, haven't I?
Yeah. Rob's more outrageous, and I'm a bit more safe.
A lot of decision-making we have to do. We have to take in consideration size and also different types of personality and style.
You seem very calm, considering you've handed over the reins to two virtual strangers.
It might appear like that on the outside, but inside I'm probably,
freaking out.
Freaking out.
Trainee dog behaviourist Helen and AI marketing executive Rob live in St Albans with their 12-year-old daughter Robin. When they bought their Victorian property 5 years ago, they'd hoped to turn it into their perfect family home.
It needed a lot of work.
A lot of work. We've put a lot of love, money and time into this house.
To make it a home.
To make it a home.
So far, they've concentrated their efforts on the front of the house. But just one look at this property's floor plan shows that there's still a long way to go. The front door opens onto a narrow hallway leading to the stairs. To the left is the dining room and adjoining north-facing living room. The main problem is the single-storey extension, in which an awkward galley kitchen leads through to the only family bathroom. The remaining space is a windowless room, which is a mishmash of cupboards and utilities. While the extension has added more space, its dysfunctional layout has made the downstairs utterly impractical. First issue is the super slimline kitchen, squeezed into one corridor.
You could be cooking, so you'd have to open the oven door, which means no one can walk past.
Or I samba past. Everything about the design and the layout of that kitchen doesn't work for us.
No.
The second big headache is the one family bathroom. Not only is it miles away from the bedrooms, it's uncomfortably close to the kitchen.
One of the biggest problems is exiting the bathroom to get upstairs to get dressed. I would ask my accomplice, in this case, Robin, to look out for me.
Okay, go.
And then I would run up here and up the stairs. There is no love between me and that kitchen and bathroom at all. I find myself looking at it and just wishing it bad.
This whole extension is claustrophobic and unwelcoming, especially this gloomy, windowless utility space.
I would say it's like walking into a bunker or a dungeon. It makes you feel like you're underground.
Helen and Rob have spent the last 10 years saving every penny they can, and finally, they're ready to turn this house into a perfect family home.
The ugly duckling needs to become a swan.
Yeah.
But they've got wildly different ideas about how to do it.
I kind of want intimate spaces and Rob wants really massive open space.
What I want is a glass ceiling Viking toasting hall, which I think would fit amazingly at the back of our house.
Joking aside, I think it's got to the stage for us, we can't go on how it is.
No. And we've got to agree on the design to make it work.
Yes, which is another thing.
So you're literally opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
In every way, shape or form. You want a little bit of privacy, intimate rooms. You want a cathedral.
Yeah, I suppose being tall, space is important for me because I find that your whole body and the way you act and the flow of your family works better when you have more space.
So what's the budget for this?
So the budget's 100,000. It's everything basically we've got and owned and sold and made and worked for is in this pot.
We don't want to waste £1. That's how I see it.
Okay, no pressure.
Yeah.
If there's anyone who's up for this beast of a challenge, it's our two architects. Robert Jameson is a man on a mission, using a bold mixture of traditionally inspired design from around the globe.
It's crazy that this could be like our house.
It's just so different.
And cutting-edge construction methods worthy of a sci-fi movie.
I mean, we said we wanted radical and unconventional, and this is definitely that.
He's convincing renovators that redesigning your house can mean so much more than adding a bog-standard extension and dropping in a dining table.
Helen and Rob live in a terraced house. I mean, how do you get light into a terrace building that has got two blank walls and you can only get light in front and back? This is a recurring problem nationwide, but I've given this some thought and I have an armoury of ideas.
Since graduating from Glasgow's Mackintosh School of Architecture, Laura Jane Clark has been making waves in the world of design.
If we took these walls away, and even the stairway.
This is insane.
Her meticulous eye for structure and space has enabled Laura to create light-filled, super-functional, and most importantly, drop-dead gorgeous designs for people wanting the perfect home.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
And the climbing wall.
The kids are going to go absolutely crazy. It's
amazing.
Brilliant.
I love it.
She's already got an idea of how she's going to tackle this particular challenge.
I love renovation projects. I think it's about not glossing over what we've already got. It's finding the true character of the house and bringing that back to life.
Before the architects can come up with any solutions for Helen and Rob, they need to see the problems up close. Laura's headed straight to the back of the house to check out the much-hated kitchen and utility for herself.
This is a very special, multifunctional, multi-purpose, hideous space.
So
So it is really quite dark, really quite cramped. And yeah, straight away you can see what the problems are.
Seems like two different houses. You've got this lovely, calm, elegant terrace, and then there's just kind of riot of, I don't know, builders just gone, oh, just stick it here, the bathroom off the toilet, bathroom and toilet off the kitchen, yeah, that'll be fine.
Victorian houses have common drawbacks to their charm and beauty with their narrow kitchens and small rooms.
Just sneak up here. Yeah, so you can see the original brick arch over the window, and there's also another beautiful brick lintel here, which would have been here in this house from the kitchen. So that means there must have been a door from the kitchen out to the garden. They've obviously blocked up to build this extension.
The door would have led to the outside loo. Adding internal bathrooms can often create these awkward downstairs layouts.
It's quite a dangerous setup, really. I mean, you've got gas hob here, you've got no real room to move the oven open.
I mean, the problem with toilets off kitchen is it's kind of obvious, you know, the smell and the exchange of air and things like that, you know. So it's a very odd location.
I mean, every single morning, somebody making you a bacon roll, you're kind of sitting there going, oh, I hope they don't hear me wee.
I can see everything right through their house, right through the living room, dining room, kitchen and toilet. It's all there. Very awkward, very uncomfortable.
Directly above the kitchen is an office that's currently used to store piles of Helen and Rob's stuff.
One of the obvious things to do would be to move the bathroom up to this back room. It'd be a really nice, big, sunny bathroom, but you still lose this really nice little box room that could be a study. And it's not necessarily plain sailing. Services, getting drainage down. So it's not a simple job.
Laura and Robert must now take on board the couple's conflicting visions for this space to have any hope of winning them as clients.
So how do you see the final house finished?
I want something cosy and a bit intimate that I can retreat to.
I think I want the opposite. So I want a bit more like a Shoreditch coffee shop.
Quite masculine.
I want to feel spacious in there.
The Japanese seem to have their rooms flow. They can kind of section bits off.
Screens.
Yeah, and that's what I like about that kind of concept.
So how do you square the circle of you wanting essentially a kind of closed plan solution and you wanting it completely open plan?
How you would achieve that.
Impossible?
Yeah, it's like a barrier to our creativity. It's kind of wedged across there. Because we went into it going, like, we want to change the whole of the house. And then we got there and was like, I have no idea what to do now.
This project makes me really quite nervous. To try and work out a solution when one person wants a cathedral-like space and the other wants a very quiet, homely, calm space is a really, really tall order.
As architects today, we have a responsibility, whether it's the modification of existing or building new, for us to be able to occupy these spaces comfortably.
It's quite nerve-wracking to not know what they're going to come up with. It is I mean, it's exciting, but it's nerve-wracking.
Now Laura and Robert each have to come up with a design the couple are not only willing to agree on, but commit their 100 grand of life savings to. What's more, they won't be pitching their plans the conventional way.
It all starts with these goggles. Wearing them transports people to a virtual world where they can experience our incredible graphics for real. Using these, we can show and do anything. We can take away walls, change colour schemes, even control the sun. Then, using a bit of telemagic and this green screen, we can transport people into the designs.
It allows us to see them right in the heart of their virtual homes. Weeks after their visit to St. Albans, Robert and Laura are now ready to reveal their designs.
This is a tricky one, I think. Rob wants big, bold. Helen, you want comfort.
Yeah, I think you are both different sides of the spectrum. I had an idea for a scheme when I came in. I was like, yeah, it'll work, yeah. And then I met you and I was like, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, it took some time to kind of try and marry the two kind of extremes. I think the notion of cathedral isn't actually about having this grand space, it's something else. Grand can be something that's quite intimate.
I mean, I love when he talks in riddles. You're up first.
Okay.
Good luck. Enjoy. Right, we'll go and have a little sneaky peek.
With their £100,000 on the line, Rob and Helen can at last discover how Robert would solve the seemingly impossible problems with their home.
Oh my God, this looks like a better version of our house.
This is completely unreal. I've never seen anything like this before. It's really tidy, isn't it?
Okay, so here we are, we're in your house. This is a real traditional kind of Victorian terrace. Rob, you talked about this idea of cathedral.
Yeah.
Okay. Helen, you talked about kind of the separation. How do you get the cathedral and how do you get separation? Okay, so let's kind of explore the idea of what that means. There you go. So we've lifted the ceiling and you get that loftiness. Yeah. Yeah, but this here would kind of impact on the rooms upstairs.
It does feel really good being someone of my height to have this space and room. So it's incredible. But you can see that what you're talking about in terms of practicality of losing the middle part of the house to try and fulfill that.
I feel quite tiny.
But that presumably has killed another room upstairs.
Yeah, so that's the girls' bedroom.
Do we create this vertical space at the cost of another bedroom and create a one-bedroom property that just doesn't work for you guys? Or do we rethink what it means to have a cathedral space? Okay, so let's just bring everything back to normal and go back to our start position.
The architects haven't yet seen each other's plans, so now Laura gets to check out the competition.
Here we go. What is he going to do?
What I've given is something that is less than conventional. Let's have a look at it. Here goes.
30, come on.
Oh my... What?
This is unreal.
Robert has transformed Helen and Rob's extension into a Japanese-inspired kitchen living space. He's extended into the garden by 3.5 metres and moved the poorly placed family bathroom upstairs to make space for a seating area and kitchen diner. With a light-filled utility space and access to the garden tucked away at the rear. The walls dividing the old cluttered extension are gone, opening up the space for an indoor garden and living room beyond.
That is amazing.
As you can see here, we have this internal garden. That is where the original backyard would have been in this house.
Oh, that's so pretty. Nice.
You can also see the kitchen, but also when you move to the back, you can see in the distance, the sitting.
This looks amazing. Honestly, I can't believe this.
So it's about moving through these series of spaces that give you different experiences by pressure and release that kind of pushes you into other parts of the room.
But you really, I think, really pushed the boundaries with this one. I love it.
You're saying we can have this?
Yeah, I mean, this is your home. This is it.
I love this. This is just amazing, Rob. Like, this is off the chart. How the house made me feel, we've fallen out of love with it, and this makes me fall back in love with it.
Wow.
It is quite amazing.
Totally.
Robert's plan demonstrates that it is possible to extend onto a Victorian footprint, but the extension doesn't have to feel like a tacked-on afterthought. Rather than designing one huge open area, Robert's achieved a feeling of grandeur through his choice and use of materials. Floor-to-ceiling timber has created a cohesive space that's visually stunning yet peaceful and contemporary.
This is a workstation behind us, yeah. I mean, through this opening screen, you have that privacy, and then that is a space for, I call it day bed. This can become a spare room.
Oh, amazing.
Wow. As well as an office.
Robert has transformed the old living room at the front of the property into an office that can be used to house guests with a downstairs toilet to boot.
Helen, you were quite keen to have these spaces that were defined. You can see here there's a screen just beyond the seating area, and then a screen beyond just before the kitchen. And we can create separation by just having simple screens that fold out.
Oh, wow.
I mean, these are screens, but this is just a small technique to increase that separation. Because Helen, this was about you. This was about you wanting the separation.
This is incredible. So you've got a place where it's public, you've got a middle ground, and then you've got the real private area.
Not only has Robert created something truly spectacular, his design succeeds in combining both Rob and Helen's very different briefs.
I'm blown away. Words can't describe how amazing this looks to me. I feel like I'm on a massive spaceship.
A massive spaceship. I don't think that's the first time Robert will have heard that.
I want to go in the jungle in the kitchen.
Can't believe this.
That's the job of the architect, to really understand what the need is. Not the want, the need. And then we're burning a stove, the separation, but still having family. There's no reason why you can't have it all.
Yeah,
I can't believe, I'm not going to get emotional, but I am as well, I don't even, but you've thought about what we said.
Oh, she's crying.
Oh, Helen. Because we've worked. Because this is probably more than I thought we could achieve.
I think we put everything into this house. You put your whole soul and everything, don't you, into it, and then you think, can it get any better? And it has.
It's really amazing. Sorry, I've had to take it off.
Actually, such a personal, intimate thing, isn't it? Creating somewhere that they're going to be.
Oh. Hey?
No, you know what it is? It's the little things that we said. Really thought they were like, that you wouldn't incorporate. It was just a passing comment. And it's like you took everything into consideration. Sorry.
Here, come here.
Sorry.
Pressure's on now.
Oh, Jesus.
I think Laura's going to have a hard time.
You better have a magic wand to make that one.
Right, I'm going to go in.
Okay.
And comfort her. I think comfort her.
I'm just going to go.
I think she's happy.
I'm
Don't
going.
go. There's tears. Enough tears for everyone. Well, you did say you'd cry.
I know. Are you okay? Yeah. It was just amazing to see.
I felt at home in it, which I personally don't see it as a house, I see it as a home. And that, for me, just takes our home to a new level.
You guys seem pretty sold. I don't know how Laura's going to compete with that.
No, it's a different level now, isn't it? So the competitive spirit is alight in this.
She's feeling a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over time, it's easy for our homes to become a mashup of styles, leaving them feeling confused and unwelcoming. If your space is starting to feel this way, Robert's idea to create cohesion by using just one material throughout could be the solution you're after.
I don't think anyone was expecting to see that inside a relatively traditional terraced house. There's a lot of wood.
It gives that impact. It can transform the feeling that you get from that space. If you were doing it in hardwood, 18mm boards, salvaged hardwood, it'd be amazing. It eventually would have that polish, In this instance, you would be looking at a veneer plywood finish to kind of reduce that cost, but still giving you that quality of complete enclosure.
Robert's chosen an Iroko veneer, a West African hardwood, which has the look of teak without the hefty price tag.
I guess it's about understanding what's available. And a way to understand it is just to go to a big building merchant and actually just walk through the warehouse and start looking at the boards and materials. I really enjoy that, I must say.
Another cost-effective way to tie your interior together is to go all out for one paint colour instead. And if you're feeling adventurous, you could take it a step further and layer hues from the same colour for added depth and drama. While most of us can wield a paintbrush, Robert's plywood makeover may require some expert know-how.
I'm guessing you need a decent carpenter for this.
For this, yes, but for anything that has kind of a substantial amount of timber like this, it's always wise to find a carpenter who is expert in their trade. The joiner should be able to take a sketch within the room and be able to finish it how you like. They know dimensions, they would mark it all out, they would be able to kind of joint it all, edge it all. I mean, there's a lot of preparation work. Most of it might be actually constructed in a workshop and then brought to site and fixed.
Before getting stuck into a project like this, take expert advice on whether your timber complies with building and fire regulations. Otherwise, a specialist treatment will be required. We've all heard the term bringing the outdoors in by opening up a vista to the garden. But how about having an indoor garden which looks amazing and cleverly channels natural light from above into the heart of the home?
If I'm sitting at home and I say to my builder, I want an internal garden, that sounds like cash to me.
It would if it was internal and you had kind of 2 stories of terrace above you, but here in this plan, that garden is actually external in a location that used to be the backyard. So all the drainage is there, it all exists, so it's not expensive.
And if you follow Robert's lead, floor-to-ceiling glazing will maximise the amount of light reaching the rooms around it.
How do you get in to do the weeding?
Well, there's actually a door next to the dining table that allows access, so there's a frame there because of the door, the rest is plain art glass. There's a lot of the scheme that I think is really powerful, and it'd be great to kind of walk through if it gets built.
Next up, Laura. Helen and Rob are clearly wowed by Robert's design, so Laura will have to pull something seriously impressive out of the bag. Will her interpretation of a closed-off and cosy yet open and cathedral-like family home be enough to trump Robert and win the real-world commission?
Right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. So, Helen and Rob, your existing house is a very conventional Victorian terraced house. As you can see all the way down the plan. You can see from the back garden through to the front street. It's your living space, it's your dining space, but it's the main corridor from your bedrooms through to the bathroom, which is no good. You know, when you're having to push past the hob to get into the shower or to go to the loo, you know, that doesn't really work.
Helen's preference for small rooms is in keeping with the original layout of their house. So Laura is turning back the clock to show them what the lounge behind could have first looked like before open plan living.
So this is probably how these Victorian terraces would have been decorated. Very dark, and Victorians liked a very dark kind of panelling, William Morris style wallpaper. Very much a cosy, warm space. It works well, but you're so shut off from the rest of the house.
You do have that separation, and it did feel slightly more cosy.
I think it was my concept of how I wanted to have a separate room.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of seeing what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So these houses were, you know, built of their time. Children were seen and not heard, you know, so these houses worked for that kind of lifestyle. But now we're totally different. You know, we all want to live together and just a kind of a feel of family life. Let's put your existing extension back, how the house is. I want you to give this kind of sexy design that still has a sense of the history of the house. So, do you want to see what I've done?
Yes.
It's now Robert's chance to see the opposing design for the first time.
Wow.
My God.
actually use your existing footprint. I haven't extended at all, so we can really stretch the budget.
Laura has transformed the existing extension into a contemporary warehouse-style space with an industrial edge, using exposed brickwork and steel-framed windows.
It looks amazing.
I love this.
Well done, Laura.
Well done.
She's moved the kitchen into the heart of the home, in place of the old dining room area. Moving the family bathroom upstairs has allowed her to create a large dining living space at the back of the house. A downstairs loo has been tucked away behind a new internal wall. And the living room has now been separated off completely. Laura has used the original history of the house as inspiration to reinstate the lounge as a private space for Helen, but still allow for an open-plan kitchen diner for Rob.
I've taken the stair out completely and just changed the configuration, pushed it back a couple of steps, and I've taken your bathroom and I've actually squeezed it upstairs.
We've got separation and openness.
Yeah.
Exposed brick.
Yes, we talked about Shoreditch coffee shop.
This is Shoreditch coffee shop.
This is what I was giving them was something very different, but maybe closer to what she wanted, the separation.
Moving the staircase has allowed Laura to maintain the original footprint of the extension, proving that modern additions can work well if configured correctly.
Where's the utility room? Huh?
The utility room, Laura. Where's the utility room?
Where's the storage?
So the storage wall, you've got everything in there. Your utility space is in there. So you can open these cupboards. You'll have a dehumidifier, which is my favourite thing to do ever. Your radiator drying days are over.
So we don't even...
Everything is in there.
Wow, okay.
Laura's kind of... I think she's nailed that scheme.
I never thought we could actually have a separate area where I could put the washing machine and the utility side of it, because I just didn't think our house was big enough, if I'm honest.
Utility is crucial, storage is crucial.
Okay. So it's not just all fur coat, no knickers? Or something?
It's not that.
Okay.
And then the little sliding door, that goes through to the toilet. So what I've done is made it a really nice long loo. So it's just like another beautiful little room. So creating this utility space, loo, then gives you this little reading nook, slightly separate from the kitchen. It just all works together.
I love the back of this, the light coming in through there. The light through the skylight in the roof looks really, really amazing as well. And having space to eat. So this kind of gives you the space that I really wanted as well as the light.
It means you can kind of cook and entertain people.
I mean, this kind of ticks a box now, right? Because you've got the ability to have my Viking drinking hall and cook at the same time.
Laura's plan has also taken into account Rob's request for cathedral-like drama, and she has something else to show them from the other end of the room.
Okay, so there's one more little surprise.
No.
To give you a little bit of cathedral.
I can't wait.
If you just look out, there's your cathedral window. I've projected an oriel window out, so you get a little bit more floor space.
Oh, wow.
This is unbelievable.
Do you
now
like
we
it?
have the window. I love it. This is.
So we probably could get Robin, we could talk probably away from Robin from the window.
Yeah.
This stunning oriel window extends out from beyond the back of the first floor, directly above the kitchen, adding a flash of drama inside and out.
Laura has kind of given them the cathedral.
Mm-hmm. The Shoreditch.
You know, and she's given them what they've asked for,
Yeah,
which is, which is what they want.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of reinterpreted what they want.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is blowing me away because I just had this in my head. I wanted it all open plan, but this is open plan and we've closed off.
It's a lot bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a really difficult decision to make because you're actually doing something I quite like. So, well, I really like it. It's not quite, I really like it.
There's no tears yet, that's the plus.
No, but there's my cathedral window. There's no cathedral window in my project.
You made them cry.
I know, but you know, I'm sure if Laura was going first, then there may be a tear right now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, thank you again for that. What are you doing?
Right. This is getting intense. Well, well, well. You thought it was a done deal almost.
No, I think we need to go and talk about it.
If you went to me, choose one now, I couldn't because they both are offering different things.
Yeah.
And both have really listened to what we've said.
I mean, I don't know how you're going to make a decision.
I've no idea.
Some of the best modern extensions are sympathetic to the design of the original house. Laura's concept gives Helen and Rob's an industrial feel, while still embracing their home's Victorian roots. If this look floats your boat, here's how you could do the same.
What are the elements and what did you bring into this?
It's about materials that you find in the Victorian terrace. It's lots of red brickwork. So that's a really nice starting point. It was about using the flooring to marry the brick wall, the types of windows, maybe using steel section windows, so you get a real industrial feel.
The floor I'm into. What do we call it? It's like
chevron floor.
That one.
Oh,
I like it.
So do I. I do set out my chevron floors to make sure that when you start, you get a clean line on one wall and they all point.
In Laura's design, solid bleached oak planks are joined to create the chevron zigzag. You can achieve a similar look for less with engineered flooring that comes in a range of finishes.
The doors as well, they feel very in keeping with this industrial trend.
Yeah, I mean, these steel frame doors, they're so elegant and they're so beautiful. And they do now have double glazing in. There are different options. You can get aluminium pressed profiles that aren't quite as thin as the steel, but I actually quite like them. It is about not necessarily getting something completely trendy, or it's about creating a feeling that will then last for 10, 20, 30 years and still look amazing.
If you're unsure how to pick the perfect colour scheme to pull off this cool industrial vibe, Laura's advice is to take a closer look at your brickwork.
So it feels like exposed brick is kind of a neutral colour. You could go wild on the walls.
Yeah, I mean, you could go bright orange, bright yellow. For me, I find it's a little bit jarring. I like to take the brick and look at the colours in it and be inspired by those. So if you went like orangey, similar to the brick colour, kind of just looks, ugh. But then if you go really dark, you know, you go like a really, really deep black and it just kind of highlights these black marks, or a kind of a warm grey, you know, it just brings it all together. So it's kind of taking in colour inspiration from the brick. That's what I like to do, you know, rather than going, right, we've got a brick wall, let's go bright red. You know, it might not necessarily work quite so well.
So kind of earthy, natural tones almost.
Yeah, but again, there's purples, there's all sorts of things in here, and that's how I do it. I like quite a calm kind of look rather than going kind of turquoise or bright orange.
I think you're right to avoid turquoise.
When it comes to your finishing touches, a blend of salvaged woods and metals can add warmth and character. Reclaimed light fittings or bare bulbs help complete the look and make a great focal point.
You cannot swing a cat for these bulbs. What's the story with these?
Well, I mean, they're just the old-fashioned bare filament bulbs.
Yeah.
And before some genius put LED filaments in, they were the traditional filaments. They get very, very hot. They're really energy inefficient.
Okay.
And then suddenly, we're flooded with these amazing LED filament bulbs. And I know you see them everywhere, but I mean, just
lovely,
look at them. I mean, they're just such a beautiful bit of glass engineering.
They're energy efficient too, right?
Yeah, they're energy efficient, they're LED, and they're just fab.
Like Helen and Rob, you may not think you have any space for utility, but according to Laura, you might.
A utility room is key to domestic design.
If you live in a flat or a small house, how are you going to find a room for your, washing. That sounds luxurious.
It doesn't need to be a room. I mean, often where people have taken out their old boiler systems, you've got an airing cupboard that used to have the big cylinder in. That's ideal for it.
Okay.
Because you've got all the space above, you can get some kind of drying rack in, pull out drying racks, and a plumbed-in dehumidifier.
A what?
Oh my goodness. You get a little machine that takes the moisture out of the air.
Does this mean you can kill the clothes horse?
Totally.
Dream. Both schemes have now been presented. Robert's is a bold and contemporary design, extending out into the garden, while Laura's is a clever, light-filled remodelling of their existing home. Both meet the brief, but for Helen and Rob, it's about deciding which one is best for them and where to spend their 100 grand.
What do you think?
I think they were both really different. When I saw Robert's, I was really emotional with it. I just didn't think we could ever get that in that house.
What I loved about Laura's is she thought about space and that light in the back, which I kind of like from that aspect. I don't know how we're going to decide.
I don't either.
A few months on in St Albans, work to transform Helen and Rob's dysfunctional and ugly extension into a practical and stylish part of their home is well underway. And I'm dying to find out whose design won.
There was bits that we liked about both a lot.
We liked Robert's vision of space, but we liked Laura's design. The decision did take us a long time. Looked at the plans, talked about practicalities, talked about how we live in the house.
And then we flipped a coin. No, we didn't. Flip a coin.
So both architects ticked a lot of boxes, but which one clinched it?
After lots of deliberation, dog walking, arguments, negotiating, conversations, we come to our conclusion and went for Laura's design. We actually, over time, fell in love with that design.
With Robert showing us something that was quite radical was nice to have, because it did show you the possibility in having it, and actually it's not what we then decided we wanted.
I think having the VR walkthrough was just incredible. Like, that is the thing I think that really made the difference to us, understanding what the vision would look like and how it would feel. But Laura looked at the practicality of the house, I think, and probably exceeded my expectations. She kept some of the original features, so we've still got part of the house that was ours. So we've got the best of both worlds, really, with that. And she solved one of the big challenges for us in terms of openness versus closedness.
Today is a big day for Helen and Rob. The windows and doors are going in and their home is on its way to being watertight.
Now having the windows in and actually seeing a roof going on from what we had before, I mean, it's a massive improvement, and it's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's achieving the feeling that I really wanted it to be, which was open and light and the spacious in terms of the roof.
They're putting on the doors now, so this is quite an exciting time. The doors to the outside. We've been trying to take pictures every day so we can get to see how the house was and just appreciate what the difference is. It'd be nice when it's finished to see if it does work the way I think it will work.
The builders have now finished Helen and Rob's home transformation. And Laura and I are on our way to see the result.
This one must be particularly sweet because Robert really wanted it.
Do you know what? I loved Robert's design. It was one of the first ones that I was like, oh.
You were kind of speechless.
I loved it. But I think mine worked on a different level, and it was completely different.
Yeah.
So I think I've given them more space somehow.
Rob and Helen bought this Victorian terraced house 5 years ago. and its poorly planned extension very quickly ended up feeling like a restriction. They had a super narrow kitchen squeezed into a corridor-like space. A family bathroom miles away from the bedrooms, and a claustrophobic and unwelcoming rear of the house made worse by a windowless utility space. But hopefully, all that has changed.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing the house. Can't wait for the design and the finish. I'm really looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah, and how this has kind of actually impacted them day to day.
I'm crying already.
What a lovely day. What a lovely door. I like a punchy door. Hello, gang. How many is too many knocks?
3.
Okay, I just did.
Hello.
How you doing? Good.
Lovely
to see you.
Good to see you.
And you.
Great to see you again.
You too. How you doing?
Great, thank you.
I am very much looking forward to seeing how, if you manage to combine that Viking beer hall and somewhere that has like snuggly little places for you, Helen.
Do you want to come have a look?
I would like to, yes.
Laura reimagined this cramped and convoluted ground floor as a spacious industrial-style living area. Her virtual design is now a reality.
Oh, wow! Oh my God! Look at this place!
The awkward and divided ground floor has now been opened up, extended at the rear to stretch out the space, creating this stunning light-filled kitchen diner with views onto the garden.
The doors are absolutely perfect.
The light, I feel like I should be wearing sunglasses. It's so flooded with light everywhere. So where exactly are we standing right now? In the old house, like
this
what would we have
been? The old dining room. Okay. The wall would have been here, and the entrance to the kitchen would have been here.
Okay. And then you'd have to shoot me off.
And the great bathroom would have been just
Oh
round
yeah, I miss that bath.
there. Yeah, me too.
Do you?
I loved that bathroom.
Like the sense of space in here. Like you're a big unit, Rob. Does it feel like you can breathe a bit easier?
I can bring all my Viking pals in here.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, the light coming through and the size of the space has made such a difference to us as a family.
Yeah, and the configuration works when we're cooking and we're cleaning, and obviously when we're eating and we're using the breakfast bar. So really, really chuffed.
Instead of a tired wooden floor covered in Rob's wet footprints, an elegant chevron design welcomes you into the space.
So is this floor wood? No, it's not wood.
It's porcelain tiles.
That sounds fancy and expensive.
Yeah. And water-based resin.
As
in
in
the
instead of
grouting.
grout?
Yes. It means it won't discolour.
Okay.
You can spill wine on it. You can practically do anything on it and it won't change colour.
It looks fabulous, and the porcelain's brilliant because it's so practical. And with a dog and Rob, it's so easy to clean. And the resin instead of grout is totally genius because it's something I struggle with a lot. If I specify very, very light tiles or concrete, the grout is always an issue.
Yeah.
So, like I say, a little bit more expensive, but so worth it.
I think it's the way forward.
And it's not just the floor that Helen and Rob have splashed out on. Everywhere you look, there are meticulously considered details.
It all looks really, really high end. Did a lot of cash go into this kitchen?
Bits and pieces did. So the worktops were expensive. We had to shop around and get the right prices for things to make our budget stretch as much as it could, but then not scrimping on just the fine. So the kitchen was a lot cheaper.
Okay.
And then the worktops and the brass.
Is this like a...
It's quartz.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's actually real quartz?
Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
We did manage to get a good price for it in the end.
Did a bit of haggling.
Did a bit of haggling.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of haggling.
If you're specific about what you want, you can often really negotiate. And lots of people stock this and try to sell it. So if they're not interested in your business, then
Someone
just...
else will.
Yeah, exactly.
This is quite the light feast over here, isn't there? I mean,
it's gorgeous, isn't it?
So lovely.
We come up with the idea because obviously we've extended the breakfast bar to house extra units on the other side for storage. So these pendant lights was never going to be in the middle. Because
they would have previously been along here.
Yes, so we had to be creative because I didn't want to not have the pendant lights.
Yeah.
So it's actually made it more of a feature, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous and I'm really happy with it.
The silver birch is one of many natural finishes the couple have chosen to make the ground floor warm and inviting.
Can we go to the cathedral, please, Rob?
I would take you to the holy place.
Wow, it is lovely. Like that kind of, it just makes you stand a bit taller, doesn't it?
Before Laura got her hands on it, this whole space was a series of compromises. But now it's been completely reimagined to complement the family. Laura's plan kept the original footprint of the house, but the couple decided to extend the ground floor by 2.5 metres, adding thousands to the budget. They've also spent extra on a pitched roof rather than a flat one, to gain the cathedral-like feel that Rob was after.
The space is great because it's a lot bigger. My design I didn't extend and I used the budget kind of, you know, changing the stair and all that kind of stuff. So having this extra space is fab.
Well, we saw Robert's VR, which was extending, so we took that to then give us that extra space.
I think having a higher pitched roof now gives it a much bigger
Well, the
cathedral
drama.
type feeling.
Exactly.
So with the light coming through the back,
Yeah.
we can get the choir in here, we can sing away better.
These doors are beautiful, aren't they?
These look spectacular. It makes this space all come together, and the touches of black metal throughout and the brass, you know, it has such a huge impact on the space.
I mean, we did look at cheap alternatives, even though that was a big bit of the budget within the build. That was something we wasn't going to compromise.
No, we love them.
These doors are the icing on the cake. But there's a cherry thrown in there too. The once junk-filled office upstairs now looks a tad different.
So this is the new bathroom.
It is big. It's gorgeous, isn't it? So what was here before then?
So this was like my office stroke kind of workroom, really,
Dumping room, wasn't it? It had all storage and clothes rails, it had everything in there, didn't it?
So where's it all gone?
It's gone in the loft.
We've recycled, donated, we've done all of those things.
Good for the soul, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Do you miss that space at all?
No.
Not now we got downstairs as well, so that's kind of become a even better office.
Yeah.
But now we got a big bathroom, which is the dream for me, right? Being able to shower without breaking myself in half and have a bath in luxury.
You picked out the sizes and I did the decor.
Yeah.
Okay. So this green was your choice?
Yes, I wanted something quite bold.
It's a gorgeous choice.
Yes,
It's
nice,
beautiful, yeah. Have the neighbours complained about your lack of streaking?
Yeah, there's been a petition now. They're trying to get me back, but I'm not going to do it. See, this has been much better now to be able to have a shower and a bath in complete privacy rather than me running through half the house and through the living room.
Why didn't you just do a bathroom sooner?
The drain has to flow in with whatever's going on downstairs.
Okay.
So it had to be done at the same time, so it was always going to be quite a big task.
Yeah. There was no point in doing this on its own.
No,
yeah.
no.
Instead of that awkward kitchen and bathroom setup, Rob's got the big socialising space for friends and family that he's always dreamt of. Is it what you imagined it might be?
No, it's actually a lot better. What I wanted was the larger space, and we got that.
Yeah.
So it's better than I ever conceived it would be, so it's amazing. Brilliant, it's a brilliant space, and we're gonna have a party or something to make the most of it.
You need to. This house
Definitely.
is built for a party.
This has been built for a party. This has been long coming, so I need to get the Vikings in.
Get
we
them
need to
in.
get the
Toasted.
steins filled, the toasting going and the fire burning.
But Laura hasn't forgotten Helen. The open lounge at the front of the house has now been enclosed with a wall, making it extra cosy. This is a lovely room.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you have it.
Are you? Rob got the open space and I got the little shut away part. Having this layout now works.
Yeah. Would you change anything?
No.
Perfect.
150% happy, there you go.
That's what we want to hear. What are you most looking forward to?
Since we've had the house done, what's happening is actually bringing us back together because we congregate around the kitchen now.
Yeah.
I think we'll come back as a family.
It's amazing to see how Laura's design has had such a positive effect on both the house and the family. But what does she actually think of it now that she's seen her virtual reality ideas brought to life?
I was just totally blown away. Adding this extension on to the end of the design, it's really opened up the space. I think Helen's got a real eye for design. It's like really subtle. I love this kind of monochrome theme that she's got going and these beautiful splashes of colour. A really good design principle is to invest in the materials that you touch all the time. And she's got these 3 beautiful materials, the flooring, the kitchen worktop and these steel doors. And they're just so kind of touchable and beautifully detailed and simple. The colour schemes and everything can change over the years, but those 3 things will just hold it together as a really unified design.
Helen and Rob's terraced house had them at the end of their tether. With Laura's help and a tiny sprinkling of virtual reality magic, this couple have finally fallen head over heels with their home. But how did they get on with the budget? Let's talk cash. I always get a bit awkward about this. But we started with 100k, and Helen, you said that you weren't going to waste a single pound of that money. Have you managed?
I haven't wasted one single pound of that money, but I have gone over budget.
Okay, so what are we talking?
114,000.
14.
So 14 over.
Okay, okay. And so where was that spent?
So the kitchen worktops were expensive.
Okay. The extension, I'm guessing?
The extension, yes,
because that
obviously,
wouldn't have been in your plan.
No.
Okay.
So if you add it up and all the little details, we wanted to make sure, you know, we balanced it out, what we wanted to not compromise. The steel window wasn't going to compromise on that. So that's where all the money's gone.
In our mind, we're on budget, aren't we?
In our mind, we're on budget. Yeah, you're right.
I like that. So you're like, it's fine. We're absolutely delighted.
We're delighted. Yeah. And I think for that extra money, we've got something we really want.
Yeah.
I'm deducing from this that you're quite happy with everything.
Ecstatic,
I was just going to say, it's not just happy, I can't actually describe what this actually means. Oh, we could have made such a wrong decision, and like this is us.
Yeah.
And I think you nailed it. I really do think you nailed it. All I ever wanted was a normal home that works.
Well, I don't know how to break it to you, but you don't have that. This is not normal, babe. This is quite fabulous. Arriving at our design studio today are Becky and Chris. They disagree over how to transform their problem house into their dream home. So they've given 2 rival architects free rein to each design a solution. Welcome, Becky, Chris. You're matching.
Yeah, totally unintentional.
Okay, so suggestion that you're on the same page at least.
Yeah, I think so.
So, why are you here?
Our house, and trying to work out what to do with it.
Not entirely sure what I think I want. I just know it needs to be different.
Yeah.
administrator Becky and software engineer Chris live in Wiltshire with their teenagers Daisy and Sam. When they bought their 4-bed 1960s house 3 years ago, they thought it would make the perfect family home.
Before we moved here, we lived in a beautiful little cottage, which was ridiculously impractical.
Just a bit, yeah.
After 7 years of being in there, the kids were getting larger.
We wanted something easier to live in.
Somewhere with a bit more space that actually had a space for all our musical instruments.
Because this family are seriously into their music.
The main thing was we needed a place for a drum kit. And we looked and looked at lots of different houses. We'd almost given up, and this house came on the market, and we looked at the details. There was a grand piano in this music room, and we thought, this is it, this is the one. I think we put the offer in that afternoon. I think we were
so,
just like,
yes.
that's it.
Yeah.
Job done.
The original 1960s house has previously been extended. In the older part of the building, there's an entrance hall, living room, office and dining room. The kitchen was added in the 90s, together with a generous additional family cum music room. Since moving in, what Becky and Chris believed to be their dream home has become a disappointment. And what first attracted them is the main issue. The music room, which seemed the perfect place to play instruments, is in reality cold and barely used.
It should definitely be more of a sociable space.
A family room.
A family, sociable area.
Yeah.
Where we can all get together, all play together.
Because where most families switch off with a box set at the end of a long day, Becky, Chris and the kids unwind through making music.
I play my drums because they don't move terribly easily. Otherwise, nobody actually plays a musical instrument in there.
It's always been very cold. It was quite a dark room, so we decorated it, put lots of artwork on the walls, removed the curtains to try and get some natural light in. But it still hasn't worked. It's just wasted space. It's a really large room, and we're just using it as a cupboard.
The second difficult area is the office. It is smack bang in the middle of the house. Noise and distractions are a constant problem for Chris, who often works from home. Becky also wants to use this space for hobbies, but there just isn't enough room.
I've always painted and done arts and crafts. I'd love to have a space where I could have an easel up permanently.
Becky is also frustrated by the final major trouble spot, the kitchen, which hasn't been designed with a sociable family in mind.
I cook in a 3-foot zone in a corner. I'd love a big kitchen with stools where people could sit and drink wine whilst I'm cooking, and I'd love a big dining table in it.
Everyone agrees about the problems, but after 3 years of agonising, Becky and Chris haven't been able to settle on a solution.
I think about changing the house probably at its worst point every hour of the day, and dreaming about it at night. This one has got the kitchen down in the music room, and the office moved into here. I have gone through multiple different designs. This one probably got the furthest. Every time I think, yes, this is it, and then I go, oh yeah, actually that means that we don't actually have a back door anymore.
I just want something to happen, anything to happen, so that we can just move on with our lives, really.
So up until this point, you haven't quite been able to agree or come to an agreement.
We've got so many different ideas that we weren't able to rest on one of them.
Agree on one of them. OK, you need someone to go, no, yes.
That is exactly it. Yeah, that's a bad idea, that's a good idea. What you actually need is this.
Architect's dream, I would imagine. Yeah. So in terms of design, are we both coming at it from the same side?
We do have very different ideas of what we like. I like quite cluttered, rich, textural stuff. Yeah, loads of stuff.
Lots of personality. All
Absolutely.
of those objects that you hold dear should be on display
I like
at all
them.
times.
I like to be able to see them. Yeah.
OK, and you love that, don't you?
Not really. No, I like everything to be away and tucked away and nice clean lines.
What's the budget?
It's 45,000.
45,000. Okay, so you're ready to spend it?
Yeah.
We're ready to spend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Becky and Chris will have to choose between two competing architects who will battle it out to win the commission. Laura Jane Clark specialises in unique property conversions and is always up for a fight. She's been kickboxing since she was 15 years old.
It's such a massive part of my life. It's all discipline and respect, just like architecture.
When it comes to renovating houses, for Laura, the same principles apply.
I love 1960s houses, but people alter them without respecting the era that it comes from. So with this, it's trying to make the house work for 21st century living, but still staying true to the roots.
Robert Jameson takes inspiration from across the globe to come up with designs that defy convention.
Everyone should aspire to have their dream home, but you need to be crazy enough to move towards that dream with your architect. And I work with people who are brave enough to come on a wild journey with me.
For this particular job, he's got high hopes.
Having a home that supports creativity is essential. We are creative beings. And from what I know about the project so far, this is a family that really needs that. And I think this is also a family that will be open to something very creative, and I can't wait to see this one.
Laura and Robert have come to Wiltshire to check out Becky and Chris's house for themselves. Robert is drawn instantly to the mid-century features.
So here we are. This is the kind of the entrance space of what is a 1960s house, and there's light pouring in here through these huge windows. It's really interesting how the circulation space is filled with light. Where the light is where we want to be. Yet this is a space we move through. This is a transition space.
Big picture windows are a wonderful trait in houses of this era, but here the effect is somewhat wasted.
So dining is in the centre of the house with not much natural light, borrowed light. I mean, we close this door, we cut off the light.
Laura's focused in on the kitchen, where she can instantly see why it's making Becky in particular miserable.
Anybody who's cooking in here would probably be quite isolated from the rest of the house. So typically, kitchens in these 60s, 70s houses were the place that the mother or the woman of the family would come, cook a dinner for a family, lay it on the table, and then go and cry in a cupboard somewhere. So I think these days we want so much more from our family life. You want to be cooking food while your kids or your family around and, doing their homework.
The house was extended 25 years ago. It may have added more space, but it divided the layout, making it awkward to live in.
The entrance of the house is main circulation, and then the living spaces are off it, almost like a kind of necklace. So there's no interaction between the living spaces whatsoever, visually or anything.
Robert's come to the music room, which held such promise when the couple bought the house.
It's much colder, very echoey. It's a tall domestic space, okay? And then we've got these vertical and high-level windows, so everything is quite high. And when you sit down, it becomes even higher. And it's not a comfortable space to sit.
Becky and Chris know their house has enough space for their family, but with several rooms just not working for them, parts are completely wasted.
So tell me what the issue is here.
We tend to live in this room, in the dining room, and we live in the lounge.
You've got lots of rooms.
We've got lots of rooms, we've got lots of space.
But you need them to connect and be cohesive. Okay. And they just don't feel like that to me.
What is that one thing that you really want?
We don't have a home. We don't have a heart of a home. It's like the town that's missing its high street. We like to cook together. That social aspect of the day is really important to us.
But it's very easy, as soon as we've finished, to all go our separate ways.
We seem to all live in a different room in the house. And we don't sort of live together.
They bought this house for the music room. They thought it was going to be the heart of the family home. But actually, because it's so badly laid out, it's driven them apart. And the challenge is, how do you overcome that? How do you bring them back together for a fairly modest budget?
Becky and Chris think that the problem is the music room. I don't necessarily agree. I think that there are many problems here that need to be solved, and I think the solution needs to lie in kind of getting the light through and deep into the plan. And with 45 grand to resolve all these complex issues, let's just see.
The challenge for Robert and Laura now is to each come up with a plan the couple can agree on, but just one will be built in real life. To help them decide, the couple will first explore the designs in virtual reality. Here's how it works.
It all starts with these goggles. Wearing them transports people to a virtual world where they can experience our incredible graphics for real. Using these, we can show and do anything. We can take away walls, change colour schemes, even control the sun. Then, using a bit of telemagic and this green screen, we can transport people into the designs.
Robert and Laura have been working hard to create their unique plans in virtual reality. Before we all get to see them, just how hard has this one been?
Becky and Chris are generally quite open to being told, this is what you need. You think you need that, but actually you need that. Is that a dream from an architect's point of view?
It is, and it isn't. I mean, for me, because the circulation was all, I mean, it's almost like a horseshoe. It's like a kind of horseshoe necklace. So nothing really works. There's no kind of communication.
Talk to me about circulation, because I have no idea, apart from cold feet, what circulation means in a house.
It's about kind of the movement through.
Right.
Okay, so circulation is your hallway, you know, your access through rooms to, you know, to move through into other rooms. So
okay, is that good or bad?
It depends on the project. But for a home, generally quite a small plan to live in and have all these kind of functions operating in, if you can kind of remove circulation.
So what you don't want is the fabulous music room and then a living room that you're literally walking through.
But how you achieve that on a modest budget is the tricky part.
I'm hoping to be surprised.
Okay, Laura, you're up. Enjoy. Surprise them. We're gonna go and watch.
While Laura reveals her design to Becky and Chris, Robert also gets a chance to find out what he's up against.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
How are you feeling?
Ridiculously nervous and excited in waves.
Yeah. I was absolutely fine, but I'm really, really nervous now.
Okay, let's pull the goggles on.
Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
Here we are in your music room.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's great. Oh, don't tread on the ukuleles.
So, the music room is why you bought the house.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it just doesn't work. It's so dark and cold. So, I want to give you a really special space, more of a kind of theatrical space, because the music room for me would be more about drama.
Yeah.
If we're going to create this sense of drama, we need a stage, some kind of, you know, real theatrical look. So do you want to see what I've done?
Absolutely.
I'm shaking. Overawed with trepidation.
Just hurry up.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my word. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow.
That's fantastic.
I love the books. Oh, my gosh. Turn around. Oh, look at that window seat.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Lovely.
Love that.
Yeah.
The floor has been raised and a new wall of books and musical instruments is a clever and practical use of space. A theatrical touch comes from the movable wooden stage blocks, and above these Laura has installed spotlights and acoustic baffles to reduce noise. The room is now filled with sunlight thanks to these huge windows.
You can just see this space. You know, the kids coming home, coming in with their friends, sitting down, you know, getting the instruments out, chucking down some bean bags.
And the baffling up on the ceiling. You can come in here and you can play your tenor horn and it will insulate the sound from everybody else.
That's fantastic.
A little acoustic insulation is exactly what we're looking for here, Chris.
It is, all these hard surfaces.
It's not just the music room where Laura's waved her magic wand. She's reworked Becky and Chris's awkward entrance hall into a wonderfully bright space.
So here we are in your hallway.
You've made it brighter.
Yeah.
But what I love about your family is that you're so creative and artistic. So I wanted to create a kind of art gallery.
Yes, I can see that. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's so bright.
Light now pours into the hallway, and the clever addition of internal slot windows provides a tantalising glimpse to the changes beyond.
So if we open these doors up.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
A huge new colourful kitchen diner has replaced the dark and cramped former layout.
The kitchen's perfect.
I can't believe this is our house.
It's a perfect social space.
Yeah, it is.
To create the spacious open-plan kitchen, Laura's put the units where the study once was and knocked through one of the dining room walls.
I just love that kitchen. It's just, I think, what I always hoped for, what was in my mind. I just didn't quite know it was in there. It's absolutely amazing.
She said, it's exactly what I wanted. Even though she never articulated necessarily exactly what she wanted.
Oh, that's interesting, because people don't... It's difficult for them to articulate that, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the job of the architect to kind of...
Translate that almost.
Exactly.
So you work from home an awful lot.
Yeah.
These doors over here,
Yeah.
they're kind of panels, so they can sit closed or they can open up.
Hmm. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Look, I can see all my the pegboards with all the tools on it.
There's my office.
I thought maybe you needed two separate spaces.
Absolutely.
The couple now have separate workspaces. They're also now on the other side of the house, next to the garage, so Chris should find things quieter. Laura's final touches deal once and for all with that old U-shaped plan, which has always made the music room feel so out on a limb. Her first step is to add 2 sets of double doors, linking the music room back to the rest of the house.
And I always found that really weird that there was no point in the house that you could see this wonderful space. I wanted to give every space in the house a real kind of feel of destination, but also linking it all together. So let's open these doors up.
Nice. Yeah.
So you can sit around here if you're doing a concert on the stage. Everyone, family, friends can be inside, outside.
So at the moment, it looks like you get into the music room by walking through that outdoor little courtyard.
I'm just wondering if there's another way.
So there's one last thing I'd like to show you.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your living room.
The existing living room works as a cosy space, so Laura's left it largely unchanged. But she's got one more surprise in store.
So what I wanted to do was have this great big opening door through to your music room. So let's open this wall up.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah, connection through. Pick up a guitar, sit on the sofa. The music room then extends through in the living space.
Yeah.
So this allows you through into the music room, back into the garden, or shut it off.
That's amazing.
A secret.
A secret. Well, you've actually given us a secret room.
Wow.
We've always wanted a secret room, and you've just given us a secret room.
Wow.
I can't believe you've done all that. That's absolutely amazing. It's much more than I was expecting.
Laura always listens.
You.
I also listen. It's crucial to understand how light moves around your home, and then you organise your life around that.
Okay. Follow the light. Find your light.
Find your light.
Find your light, as Kim Kardashian says.
God.
I know she's your secret muse.
Who is she?
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. You wanted to be surprised.
Oh my gosh,
Were
we
you?
were seriously surprised.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that she's done so much. When you see things on paper and people explain, you're like, yeah, I get it, I think I get it. But actually to be able to see it and to say, I can see the light coming through, I can see how that opens up, and I can see the view. You stand at the door and you can see the view through.
Right the way
You don't get that on paper.
No.
In her design, Laura has unleashed a bevy of architectural tricks to open up Becky and Chris's dark house. Lots of us would love to live in a lighter, brighter, airy space. So how can we do this in our own homes?
One of the issues was this main living space, this kind of heart of the home, is north facing. So you don't get masses of natural light, and it's a very, very deep plan. So I wanted to have a fairly light, neutral colour scheme, and then this big, glowing, high gloss orange kitchen.
As well as choosing decor that can reflect light, Laura's design also shows another technique to transform dark areas. Creating internal windows connects spaces and allows light in from other areas of the house, otherwise known as borrowed light.
Slot windows in the wall will give borrowed south light from the entrance that'll move as the day goes by and reflect off this bright orange high gloss kitchen.
So that's a really good tip if you don't have direct, like, south-facing light, which is holy grail stuff, isn't it?
At the moment, their entrance hall, they've got this huge, big south-facing window, but you don't see it anywhere else in the house. So by having these little slot windows, you get that light all the way through.
Easy to do?
Depends what your wall's made of. You know, you might need a little concrete lintel, it might be timber. It's a building job. Somebody needs to, you know, work it out.
Yeah.
But it's not hard.
And the benefit of it is worth it.
Yeah.
If you can't create internal windows, there are plenty of other ways to brighten up your home. Metallic decor will reflect light, as can light colours near windows. Hard surfaces will always help bounce light around a room. Plus, choose light-coloured curtains and ensure they pull back as far as possible. Furniture has a massive impact on the look and feel of your home. For this design, Laura opted for stuff that's from the same period as the property.
The furniture is a thing that needs discussion.
Well, that kind of mid-century look, it's a really beautiful 50s, 60s style. And it's elegant, it's, you know, really refined looking, you know.
Beautiful lines.
Yeah, and it fits so well in nearly every style, you know, and it brings everything together.
For a small space, is that kind of furniture what you would go for rather than a blocky thing that kind of absorbs all the light, you can't see through it?
Definitely. I think there's an elegance to it that is just timeless.
As well as thinking about furniture, let's not forget about Laura's secret door. Why have an ordinary wall when you can smuggle storage and a hidden entrance into the deal?
The bookcase is quite Narnia, Indiana Jones. How do we do it? Is it difficult?
The hardware is really straightforward. It's not having some really expensive prefabricated thing. It's using the hardware and a fantastic carpenter. And look at all the options, because there are different ways to hinge a door, because obviously it's got problems, it's very, very heavy.
It's got to support a lot of weight.
Yeah, and it's thick, so you can have pivot hinges, so it turns on itself. You can have some kind of hidden, recessed hinge. So there's loads of different ways to do it. It's working out the best way to do what you're supporting, what your bookcase is holding, and how you're opening, which way you're opening. And if it works well and it looks completely seamless when it's closed, then you push it open, then the payoff is
worth it.
Yeah, spectacular.
Next up, it's Robert's bid to win Becky and Chris's commission. He was also working to the 45k budget and has to discover a design solution that solves their frustrations. Laura's first in line to see what he's got up his sleeve.
Let's do it.
Dive in.
How are we?
We're fine.
We're good. Feeling good? Yeah.
Feeling extra nervous.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's go. So here we are.
Yeah.
And this is your living room. You think the problem is your music room.
Yeah.
But for me, it's more than that. For me, this was a big idea that had to incorporate your entire property. Let's just go straight to transformation, okay?
Okay.
Because what I'm proposing kind of radically rethinks this ground floor plan. So are you ready to have a look at it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Oh.
Oh my word.
Oh. Oh, what?
Oh my word. Oh my word.
Oh, wow.
Ooh. This is ridiculous.
That's completely... That's crazy.
It's so different.
It's so big. So it's all in one.
Robert is not messing about. He swept away nearly all the internal walls, leaving a huge open plan space.
The kitchen has been relocated. It's the centre of the home.
Yeah.
You can see it also allows that separation between music room and this space that we're in.
Oh, that's cool.
Very little privacy really here, isn't there?
It's an all or nothing scheme.
You talked about kind of wanting the music room to be part of the house, you know? In my interpretation is what you were looking for, a place where you can actually play music and be part of the family.
Yeah.
But Robert's plan goes way beyond just integrating the music room with the rest of the house. The key to his design is making the most of the light on the southeast side of the property, where the front door, downstairs loo and hallway were. To do this, he's replaced most of the wall with glass, relocated the front door to the side and moved the staircase.
That's reorganising the entire ground floor.
It turns it on its head.
You see that door at the end wall?
Oh,
That's the
right.
front door. You come through a lobby. The staircase has been moved, and that then releases this space, this entire edge, to become a place where you can have a really generous kind of social space. Because this is the southeast face of the property. This gets light all day. It's a real social part of the house.
Robert's designed a space with clean lines, an ideal backdrop for Becky's artwork. And he's also covered the entire ceiling in fire-retardant carpet.
But it has acoustic properties. So we've got all these hard surfaces.
Yeah.
That make the music
softens everything down a bit.
Fantastic. You like the 70s, you like the Scandinavian style you talk about.
Yeah.
So it's an echoing back, even in the colour, echoing back to that time.
Okay, so it's like a sort of mustardy.
It's a mustard.
Mustard carpet.
Did he just say two words that I thought would never go together in a sentence that would come out of his
Also,
mouth?
on the roof. Robert, I don't know.
The best spot in the redesigned southeast side of the house is in the corner, where the front door used to be. Instead of being an area to pass through, it's now a place to linger.
So the idea here, very important, is to kind of allow this glazing to filter as much light through in this living space and further deeper into the plan. But let's have a look at that change in light across the sky.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The light coming in here is really
It's lovely,
beautiful.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, but there's something else I want to show you.
Moving the staircase meant losing a small bedroom upstairs, but on the ground floor, Robert's got more surprises to reveal. The first is a creative space for Becky.
And here we are in a north-facing studio.
I can see my easel up there.
Yeah. But this is more than just a studio. Watch this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is so clever.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's clever.
That's amazing. I love the way all of a sudden you've got this sort of big bedroom area.
With a skylight and those big doors, this new area is hugely flexible as a workspace or one to just hang out in.
Fantastic.
So clever, I love that.
So far, Robert's design has focused on bringing light into the house from the southeast, but he's also worked hard to make the north-facing music room more inviting.
So here we are on stage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice place to be. Yep. This kind of, and this recessed seating, great for kind of like spectating on the stage or just lounging, watching TV.
Yeah.
But the TV becomes secondary. You can close that behind the curtain.
In terms of colour combinations, the avocado green curtains and the mustard roof carpet is quite the combo.
So
You're
often
speechless.
That particular combination, I'm struggling.
Do you imagine being here with friends? You can pick up an instrument, play.
Yeah.
But it can also be intimate. You can pull this curtain around, get cosy, get the fire on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really love the recess space because you can actually sit on the wooden surround as well and be in a circle. So that's fantastic.
I really like the way that I can sort of see the edge of the kitchen there and sort of leaning over, and you've got that sort of looking down into the sunken seating area. That's sort of quite dramatic. I mean, it's such a different way of looking at it, but when I sort of think back to our first conversations, what I asked you for, I really like that we're using this space, which we weren't, so that's amazing. It's quite a grower, this one. This is what I asked for.
Wow. I'm just almost speechless.
We wanted to be pushed out of our comfort zone, didn't we? We wanted to not have ordinary.
Yes.
So now we have to decide how unordinary we want to be.
Robert gave her what she asked for. That is a first. A bit of a grower, hey?
Oh my gosh, a bit of a grower. Yes. Yes, because you know you start there and it's so different. Like everything's gone.
I've now just got to adjust all my expectations and adjust everything to think, OK, how's that actually going to work with us and where's everything going to go?
You know, they're both solutions.
We're all used to the idea of combined kitchen diners these days, but to create a ground floor that's all one open space seems quite a leap. So how big a job is it?
One question, Robert. Where are all the walls gone?
They had to go. Well, this property is really disjointed. But not only the walls, the door had to be moved, the stairs had to shift, and essentially that's the scheme. Just those 3 moves.
Just those 3 moves. Pulling down all the walls, changing the front door, flipping the stairs.
But the walls coming down, and that's just kind of putting in steel beams. It's about getting the space right. How do you actually remove all the walls and support everything above? And it's about working with an engineer to really kind of establish how that can be.
So, if you want to spend money on big structural moves, you need a good team around you. If that ambition for an unconventional space has used up your budget, it's possible to save some cash by stripping back on the finishes.
Why not create something once? Something that has a beauty to it and leave it exposed.
Exposed bricks, blocks, concrete, wood or steel can all look great, but do check building regulations carefully, especially fire safety. Textiles are another good tool to have in your bag of design tricks, especially if you're concerned about things looking a bit stark.
Avocado curtains.
I mean, these kind of curtains, it's an acoustic curtain, you know, it softens the room. It also makes the room cozy. So, for example, you know, that can continue right along in front of the window. So rather than having curtains, you know, at a window, wrap the entire wall in a curtain, you know, that wraps around the space, can enclose you.
Cozy.
Cozy, there's a fire there, there's a stage there, and you're completely enclosed and enveloped.
Robert's fabric choice shows how brilliant textiles can be. They not only soften the look, but their acoustic properties will absorb sound to improve listening to music, whether live or recorded. And these ones are fire retardant for good measure. Curtains can also create a super flexible room divider.
It can then kind of complete that enclosure, which does separate that room from the rest of the living space.
So it gives you that little bit of separation without the walls.
Without the walls.
There are other really subtle ways to create privacy within an open plan layout. Robert identified that in Becky and Chris's old plan, the most public area of the house, the front door, opened directly onto what should be one of the most private areas, the staircase up to the bedrooms. The staircase is a really well-made, solid wood 1960s beauty, which Robert has incorporated into his design.
Quite a clever little shimmy of the stairs here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just taking the existing stairs and mirroring them in their same position. It's all determined by the budget, and this budget determines that the same staircase is used.
Okay. So the staircase has been flipped and the front door has moved too, but what does that actually achieve?
It means you have this series of transitions, even though it's open plan, but from the public, external.
The doorway.
The doorway, through into your lobby, semi-public, through into your dining area, your arrival area, semi-private, and then further into your room, private, and certainly upstairs is the most private. So it's kind of trying to separate that.
And what's the effect of it?
It's just psychologically, you're moving further into the private part of the house. It's more homely.
So this public-private thing, they should be as far away from each other as possible?
More difficult, you know, in the terrace living, but it can be a simple move that can take place by moving the front door or moving the staircase or both. Where you have the opportunity to move and sequencing essentially those moves between outside and most private, then you really do feel that it's private.
Okay.
Becky and Chris now must choose between two very different visions for their house. Laura's ingenious design can be closed off if things get noisy or opened up to connect the existing living room and the new snazzy kitchen. Whereas Robert's radical idea tears down walls and moves the staircase to make one huge open plan space.
Mustard carpet
Mustard carpet.
on the ceiling.
On the ceiling. It was for the acoustics of the room because it was just all hard surfaces. I thought it needed softness.
I think Becky got it. I mean, she got really emotional when you're standing on the stage.
But it's whether they are brave enough to go for open plan. I think they're gonna go for yours.
Both Laura and Robert's designs are drastically different, giving Becky and Chris so much to think about as they weigh up their options. After all, they can only choose one.
Laura's design, it's got everything that we want in it, and it would work.
There are things about Robert, I think just the way he's done things differently, that I absolutely love. And he's gone further.
It's really tricky.
It's been 6 months since Becky and Chris were wowed by Robert and Laura's designs in the studio. And their build is now well underway.
Deciding on the designs was incredibly difficult. And we changed our minds several times a day. Not just from one week to the next, literally several times a day. Yeah. We would wake up in the morning, it's got to be Laura's. By 10 o'clock, no, Robert's, definitely Robert's.
So which one do they go for? Robert's spectacular open plan space that does away with all the walls? Well, pretty much. Or Laura's, which brings its own drama with internal windows, a knockout kitchen, and don't forget that secret door.
She's really thought of everything. She's thought about how we're going to live in the house. She's thought about where we're going to put our things, how we're going to store it, how it's going to look, the colours, the tiniest details she's thought about. Whereas with Robert's, if you take all the walls down, you're living in a way that we're not used to.
Robert's design, with all the windows at the front and all the light coming in and the view out to the back, just looks wonderful.
So in the end, the decision, and honestly, we swapped it literally on the day.
We went for Robert's.
Wow. Wow. Look how big it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
And the space.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. It's fantastic.
It's excellent.
After years of disappointment with the poor layout of their family home, Robert's unconventional open-plan design is fast becoming a reality.
It's a delight to see these walls gone. I am so glad that they have gone. So, yeah, this is the bit I was really looking forward to. This looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, the sort of the framing of the room. I think
Maybe.
that'd be rather nice.
Yeah, I can see myself living in this space.
Yeah.
The couple are going all out for Robert's vision, with just a few small tweaks.
We've had to simplify it and work with the structure of the house that we've got. So the main difference between how we have it and in Robert's design is that we no longer have the seating area sunken.
I think it's going to look lovely as it is, all carpeted through. I'm really excited by the kitchen to have that long bank of units and the breakfast bar. It's just, yeah, feels lovely.
Larder, it's going to be a 600 larder. And then 900 fridge freezer. Absolutely. Fantastic.
The renovation of Becky and Chris's house is now complete, and it's our chance to see how it's shaped up in real life.
This one I'm excited by.
Yeah, me too.
Why?
Because on a relatively tight budget, complete transformation where 5 rooms became 1.
Yeah.
And the
Five become one.
Yeah.
Do you know that song? Who's it by?
It's a.
Go on. You're there. I can see it.
It's a boy band or something.
No, it's a girl band. It's the Spice Girls.
I knew that. I didn't know that.
I know. I could see
I
it
knew
flickering
that.
in your eyes. So 5 rooms became 1.
But it wasn't just about knocking down walls. It was rethinking the whole sequencing through the house.
Like many homes across the UK, Becky and Chris's 4-bedroom 1960s house consisted of a series of dark, disconnected rooms with no comfortable spaces for the family to actually come together.
They went for it, but there have been a few changes. What, are you afraid that they may have done something?
Well, I'm hoping that they understand the relationship that's been set up between the spaces by opening the space up, and of course the relocation of the front door.
Does your face lie if you hate it?
I can't lie, no.
No.
It's there. If the front door's in the same place, I'm going home.
You're off. This should be good.
This is it.
I'm actually afraid to look. Go on, tell me.
They have moved it.
Have they?
Yes, look at that.
Ah, look.
That's great. Let's go. Let's check this out.
Woo, we're here. Hi. Well, they look happy. It's a good start.
Hi. Hello.
What do you think?
It looks
Great.
amazing.
The door has moved.
Yes, definitely.
Robert did say he was going to leave if the front door was in the same place as before. So I'm happy.
That was the first thing to go, actually. Day 1 when the builders came.
Yeah.
It looks great. It actually looks more in keeping with the time of the original building.
Yes, it does. This is what it should have been built like in the first place. It had it in it, and it just needed to be awoken.
With the doorway now moved, the southeast corner is transformed with this huge wraparound window.
Have you had chats with the neighbours?
They've all requested an invitation.
Okay, well, I was going to say, are you slow to invite people in? Because we've been here for how long?
Come on, cheers. Cheers. After you.
Oh my God!
Welcome to our new home.
It's amazing, the difference.
Yeah.
It's barely recognisable.
Yeah, absolutely. We barely recognise it.
Yeah.
And we've been watching it transform.
Wow.
I mean, what you have here is fabulous.
It's amazing.
It's a bit bigger, isn't it?
It certainly feels a bit bigger. And it was all about the light. I mean, it certainly is flooded with light.
It is, because even on a grey day, you're getting the light from both sides, and it's, you know, every corner of the house is now lit.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So there's one point in the day where the light comes in through that window and in through the kitchen, and the whole place is just flooded with light. It's fantastic. It's really nice.
Robert's virtual plan was designed to bring light into every aspect of the house. It's no longer a rabbit warren of walls and corridors. Becky and Chris have embraced his vision, and by reusing their old furniture and existing features, they've made it their own.
This is a great spot, isn't it?
So cool. This is. And the first day when we came in, my daughter Daisy, she just dived into that corner and she said, yeah, this is mine. This is my spot.
Be sitting here drinking coffee, reading a book.
Yeah, and you're so connected, but it's quite an intimate space at the same time.
It really is.
Yes.
So this was the front door, and now it looks like it's literally been held up by windows.
It's just having an idea and a great engineer. I mean, the entire upstairs is held on this wall, the wall over there, and the wall at the back of the kitchen.
Turning 5 rooms into one big one meant major structural work. Rather than hiding their new steel beams with that mustard carpet, Becky and Chris are having them coated with fireproof paint, allowing them to leave them exposed. This is part of their mission to strip back on all but the most essential expenditure.
Keeping the original flooring, keeping the original doors. A lot of that was just down to the budget and necessity.
This is your old table, is it?
It is, yes. We were going to replace it and we were going to get a much bigger table. But then actually, when it came down to it, there were so many things to spend our money on that we actually needed that we didn't have. And actually, once it went into position, it's like, oh, yeah. This is our table.
Yes. All the little war
all
wounds.
the memories.
What you've talked about there is where you spent your money. You know, do you want light to come in, or do you want a 20 grand kitchen?
Right at the very beginning, you said, we were talking about budgets, and we said, you know, our budget is 45, and we envisage sort of 30 on the build and 15 to make it pretty. And you said, how about pretty bones? So we knew what we were getting ourselves into.
That notion of pretty bones is about getting the structure right, it's about getting the space right.
Yes.
And then what is cosmetic can then be added as time goes on.
Let's have a look at the jazzy kitchen.
Becky and Chris may not have spent 20 grand on their kitchen, but you'd never know it.
It's very
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very tactile, I think. It's just a standard worktop, and our carpenter made us this. And it just creates it into like a piece of furniture rather than a piece of kitchen. I've dreamed this kitchen.
Sticking to a strict budget of 7k, Becky and Chris have been really creative to get a stunning finish.
It's like 2 different kitchens.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was just a way of trying to turn a standard kitchen, because it's cheap as chips. So it's how do you get something that is available to everybody,
but make it your own.
Yeah. So choosing really contrasting sides. And I love this black is made from recycled plastic bottles.
Is it?
Yes, it is, which I love. Every time I open a drawer, I'm going to feel really
virtuous.
Exactly.
Cost has driven many of Becky and Chris's decisions, but the motivation behind reusing their beautiful 1960s staircase wasn't financial.
It would have been criminal to lose these, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. The open staircase was part of the fabric of the existing house of that time.
And by open, you mean the
trades
slits in it, yeah.
Because this is the existing staircase, in the same opening, it was allowed by building control, but you wouldn't be allowed to have this in today's regulation as new.
They feel like they belong, you know, that they are part of the house.
Changing the direction of the stairs has fulfilled Robert's principle of keeping the public and private areas of the house as far apart as possible. Moving the access to the bedrooms away from the front door makes them feel much more secluded.
But they've been flipped on the axis. And the reason why it's been flipped, to allow that distance between the front door.
Public, private.
Yeah, semi-public, semi-private. So you move through from public to semi-public to semi-private to private.
In their old house, the cold and uninviting music room was unloved and unused. But now, by linking it to the larger living area and furnishing it in warm textures and mid-century pieces, it's become a light-filled family room with views onto the garden.
Oh, look at this. Look at the garden.
So gorgeous. You know, we wanted that sort of softer, more inviting space.
There are quite a lot of seats, but no sunken seats.
We loved the retro 70s sunken seating idea, and it just, in the end, boiled down to budget. Kind of like, well, actually, perhaps we don't need to have a sunken seating. We can get the same feel by just doing a little bit less.
How do you feel about that, Robert?
I mean, it's great. It's just one thing that's kind of quite irksome for me. It's quite disconnected. So, if you don't mind, can I just...
carry on.
Yeah, okay. Adjust this seating for a moment. Maybe pull that out and move that slightly, and maybe Angela's gonna grab this.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't try it when you go visiting friends and family, but you never know. They might take it well.
Whoa, she's this heavy one.
And then if I can just move that. Right, well, I'll just go in this corner. Maybe even if I'll just continue.
Go on, go for gold.
Just going to move the whole lot.
Pull that forward a bit. So
Yeah.
it's kind of,
Yeah.
you know. You guys sit down.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah. That's nice, isn't it?
It's good.
It just opens the room up, you know, with the leather chair in. In fact, this is how the sunken seating was.
This is how the
yeah,
sunken seating
yeah.
was,
It's an incredible change. The once uninviting room is now a cosy and comfortable place to sit. But has all this work given Becky and Chris what they most wanted? A space for the family to come together and play music.
Very good.
Thank you.
It's very good. And this was a room where, I mean, I'm sure that was here already, but it was a bit damp and
Yeah.
dull.
It was cold and your sort of fingers aching and
Lonely.
lonely. And, yeah, absolutely.
Has that changed?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a place where people can come in and feel comfortable, and you actually want to play in front of people and have a bit of an audience. And it's rather nice, actually.
They've embraced open plan living, and for Becky, the renovation has been completely transformative.
I have lived and breathed since we've started this whole process, since the plans came from Robert. You know, all I've talked about is, you know, what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, what materials we're going to use. I've been quite obsessive about it.
You did say, you know, even before this whole process that you had spent, you know, every day thinking about what can I do? I know this is broken. I know it's stuck.
There was something about this house, and it meant we had no pride in the house. I had no pride in the house. We never had very many visitors, really. When people came, we were never said, oh, come on in, come have a coffee. It was like, oh, yeah, quickly say hello at the door and then thank you very much and off you go. Okay. So it is that pride in that we've now got. You know, this is the house that makes you want to say, come in, postman. Yes, don't deliver the letter here, come in. Yes.
And as a visitor, I can confirm it is exactly the house I want to come into. But what about Becky and Chris's other guest? Does it cut it with Robert?
Well, what Becky and Chris have done is they have understood the ambition of the project and what the architecture will bring. And that's really about getting the light in, you know, having a space where you can kind of connect outside, but also connect across the room and have you know, a home that kind of can hold the family and support their needs. And that's what they've achieved. And I think it's such a success.
For the past 3 years, Becky and Chris couldn't figure out the best way to remodel their disconnected 1960s house for them and their teenage children. They've spent the bulk of their budget on the structural changes, but how much did the whole thing cost?
So 45k on the pretty bones, around 6.5, 7 for the kitchen.
Yeah.
So how far past that 45k did we go?
I think we've probably gone, what, up to about 60?
About 60, but yeah. But that includes things like rewiring as well as
we ended up nearly rewiring the whole house, which was something we were never expecting, but it just needed doing. And there were other costs that we hadn't even considered. For instance, the structural engineer, the building control.
Okay, so we're around the 60k mark. Are we
Happy? We okay with that?
Yes, it's worth that extra
Yeah.
in order to get the finish and the things that we felt the house deserved.
And it does feel like you committed, you made a decision and you went for it.
Yeah. We were going to spend that money, it's just we've condensed it down into a shorter time frame.
But it's all cost, in in financial terms, but when you think about value, what you're getting back from these spaces, I mean, this is a really interesting space that is now your home.
And we were very despondent about the house before. You know, I thought we'd bought a house that we loved and actually I hated it.
But
And I can say that
Yeah,
now because
yeah.
I don't have it anymore, but I absolutely hated being in it.
Having the interconnection of all the rooms now is just, it has changed our life around, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it does feel finally like a home.
It does.